London's LBC 97.3.
Groovy.
0870 90 90 973.
Nick Abbot. Yowza.
Ian Lee will not be present during this evening's performance. Nick Abbot will be his understudy.
Oh, no.
Please contact the box office for refunds. Hello, kids.
Hello.
Is everything super? I really hope that it is.
Everything's super.
Oh, I almost had a heart attack coming to work.
Really?
Yes.
A real one?
Yes, another near-death experience. That's 2. I must get an award for that, surely.
What happened?
I mean, the short bloke on Top Gear only had 1 near-death experience, and people are showering him with awards like it's raining outside. Oh. My little heart was going boom, buddy, boom, buddy, boom, buddy, boom, buddy, boom, buddy, boom, buddy, boom, boom, boom. So, any idea how difficult it is to sing one song while another is playing in your brain?
You did pretty well.
Yes. I was standing at the red lights, and then in my rear-view mirror, an ambulance. And I couldn't move forward because I was at a massive intersection and the cars were roaring by at what seemed like 100 miles an hour. And there was a car just in front of me, and so I was boxed in between a car, a huge intersection, and this ambulance that was behind me. And he kept his siren on. He knew that we couldn't move, but he kept his siren on anyway. And so I'm freaking out. In my brain, I'm thinking I'm going to have an ambulance myself. Because it was just on and on and on it went. Was it a set of traffic lights where there's a traffic light camera? Oh, I don't know. My vision had fogged over. I wasn't really seeing very clearly at that point. No, it was very concerning. Because, you know, you want to do your best and get out of the way because there's somebody that obviously needs help. But I couldn't do anything about it. I was penned in, I was. But the ambulance driver wasn't blaming you, I'm sure. Well, I'll probably get a fine in the post. I'll take calls to air just like Ian does. Yes, hello, you're on the air.
In 1975, the 16th General Conference on Weights and Measures, having examined results of recent measurements of the frequencies and wavelengths of several laser lines, recommended the use of the value of 299,792,458 metres per second for the speed of light in vacuum. In 1983, further measurements having shown no cause for changing this value.
Boring!
I thought it was 186,000 miles an hour. Or is that sound? You try working that out in a calculator. Blimey. Does that bloke call a lot?
Too much.
Really?
Yeah.
A little too much. Let's make a list of the people that call a little too much.
All
Well,
right.
that would go on forever, wouldn't it? That would take us the next 3 hours. I've got one in mind right now. One who called last night. On and on and on. Oh, blimey, I thought it would never end.
Which one?
I'll wave my arms in the air if they call if they call tonight. So that is my guarantee to you. If Ian does it, I'll do my best to do it as well. I'll just take calls right to air for the first half an hour, whether there are, well, I was going to say whether there are any or not, but that would be a foolish thing to say. Best celebrity mother. I'm not on the list. Can you believe it? Did you see who the list was?
No.
Hello, you're on the air.
Hello, Nick. You were talking last night about legalising drugs, and don't worry, and I thought maybe we could legalise prostitution as well, and it would probably solve all Lucy's problems. How much nicer it would be where she's living now if all them things.
I thought you were being really nasty. Solve all Lucy's problems.
No, you know what I mean by having the
next door neighbour.
Right there next door.
Legal, decent, honest and true. Yeah. I'll think about that. Hey, Basil.
Want to score some pot?
Here is another one. Hello, you're on the air.
My name is Fergus, and I suck balls for a living.
Really? A golfer by trade. Hello, Jill.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Jill.
On a lighter note, I don't know, I'm going to put this out to the listeners. I heard a story the other day of a man in Richmond. We don't know if he's around still or if he's shuffled off this mortal coil, but he was a real character in the area because apparently he used to just every day walk around with something different, an everyday object, but a different everyday object strapped to his head. And
like what?
Well, like the teller of the tale recounted that one day he saw him walking near the high street, not on the high street, but on a road near there, with a fish tied to his head.
What, an actual fish?
The fish with the fish head and the fish head. Exactly.
That is cuckoo. Yeah.
And then another time, he'd had a shoe tied to his head. I was just walking around.
You sure it wasn't a hat?
No, he would tie these objects to his head.
There was a mad woman that used to drag a cat around in a shopping basket in Hampstead, and she looked like a pile of rubbish that had sprouted legs and was just shuffling along. And she looked like she was about 100 years old, and she would always be dressed in luminous lime and orange, and she'd drag a cat around in a shopping basket. It looked kind of disturbing and cute at the same
brilliant.
time.
Well, what's happened to the English eccentrics? Because I haven't seen anybody like that for ages. And another story that someone recounted to me was that they experienced was a young man, he was in the West End of London, and she was walking behind him, and he was perfectly normal, just, straight normal clothes, nothing outstanding about his appearance. And as he was walking along, he'd suddenly stop and do a high karate kick. And then when he did that twice, she said, and then when he put his foot down, he'd look around behind him very slowly, turn to the left, turn to the right, and then just walk on again.
Right, I'd rather hang out with a bloke with a fish on his head. Of course, if he's in Richmond, that's just eccentric. If it had happened in Brixton, he'd be mad. But thanks a lot, Jill.
Ah, yes.
Cheers, Jill. Ta-ta. Here's one in Romford. Hey, James. Trying again. Touching, gone. Chesham. Ben.
Hello.
Hey, Ben.
Hi, how old are you, Nick?
How old are you, Ben?
13.
13. Do you have permission from the person who pays the bill?
Yeah.
Is that a no? Here is Worcester Park. Ken.
Yeah, hello, yes. Just to put somebody's mind at rest regarding having a blue light flashing behind you.
Yeah.
A little while back, there was a chap who went through a red light to give way to a police car, and he was caught on the camera on the junction, and he got 3 points.
Yeah, you see, that's what worries me as well, because when a siren is flashing behind you, suddenly you lose, well, a part of your mind, the bit that prevents you from doing crazy things. Yeah,
can you?
And also, because there's such a cacophony, and also the bright flashing lights in your face as well, it makes you do things that you wouldn't ordinarily do. You turn a bit nuts. And so, yes, that is what I was concerned about. How come every single call all disappeared at the same instant? I know you said that we got technical problems, but you didn't say that they extended to the board, including the guy that I was talking to. Everyone got cut off exactly at the same time. And you're looking at me like, what?
I have no idea.
Here's Verinda. Verinda?
No.
Yes, sir.
It's not Verinda.
Okay, do you mind if I call you Verinda for the purpose of this call?
All right, yes, Verinda.
Great, mate. So, what's up?
It's been Easter Chris week, so I've, learned the national anthem in Welsh for Chris.
Are you Welsh, Chris?
Yeah.
Which part of... Well, don't say it like that. Be proud, man. Stand up and say, I am Welsh and proud of it. Which part of Welsh Wales do you come from?
Cardiff.
Oh well.
What?
Go ahead, the Welsh national anthem, but performed by a bloke who's not called Verinda. Go ahead, mate.
Mae hyn wlad I fi nadia yun anwyli mi.
Oh, no, we seem to have run out of time on that anthem.
I was enjoying that.
Yeah, me too. I hate when that happens. This is LBC 97.3. I'm Nick Abbott in for Ian, and here is Travel. We're going screenless, because it's just what Ian would want. LBC.
Hello.
Hello.
If you can tell how many rabbits I got in my bag, you can have them both.
Oh, right. Did anyone get any single word that bloke just said?
Rabbits.
Rabbits.
I got rabbits.
Fantastic, and it...
What was that? Hey, Alex, what was that?
Introducing a few bits and bobs.
What was that?
That was me putting the wrong fader up. I'm a complete idiot. I just moved my microphone onto the left side, and I just went to put...
Yes. Hey, Alex.
You make me nervous.
You're a dope. What are you? Here is another one. Hello, LBC.
This is not chocolate. This is ultra smooth, overly priced, richly laced.
Yeah, make notes. He didn't have much to say, and he screwed it up halfway through. Oh, well. LBC.
Hi, sorry to trouble you. A friend of mine was interviewed by LBC News yesterday at 2:50. My son was trying to retrieve the interview on his iPod. He knows more about these things than obviously I do. He couldn't do it. I wonder if there's any way we can get hold of a copy of the interview.
Well, I'm glad that you called me on this live show.
You're joking.
I'll do everything I can in order to assist you. Do you want to take him and help the guy out? He seems like a nice fella. Here is another one. Hello. Speak up. Too late. LBC. LBC. Yes, sir.
Hi.
Yes. How you going?
Oh, yeah, I'm good, yeah.
Great.
Good for you.
What's up?
How have you been then?
Oh, I'm holding up.
I went to my cousin's confirmation at the weekend.
He was confirmed as a what?
A Christian.
Oh, right, that's nice.
Catholic, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the thing was, we actually got the dates wrong, because our maths is so bad, obviously, that, we landed as soon as it was over,
Right.
It wasn't actually our fault, but
It's state education, is it?
Yeah, no, actually, I think I'm quite clever, because I'm in top maths,
You're in...
And that was, it's just that my mental math isn't that good, but I can do algebra, and I was doing some stuff today, and I was thinking about you. I was thinking, I bet Nick Abbott couldn't do this. It was.
Yeah, Connor, I'll ask you the same question I ask everybody who tries to impress me with their mathematical wizardry. What are 6 8s?
Oh, don't do that to me. 6 is on my worst.
And every time I ask that question, there is a giant pause.
I can do 9s. It's 40-something, isn't it?
Yeah, 40-something. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's bound to be. Here's one in Tufnell Park. Hello.
Hey, Nick.
Yes, sir.
I want to show you something.
Wonder what that can be. Hey, Gary.
Hello, Nick. Do you know, I don't know her personally, but Crystal Crouch End, she phones you sometimes.
Yeah.
Ian banned her. Is she banned on your show, or is she allowed on your show?
It depends. I let her talk for a little too long last night, just rambling on and on she was. And
I missed her last night.
Oh, you missed nothing. Believe me. I'll talk to her again, but on my terms.
Yeah, well, I never really agree with anything she says,
No,
but I must
I can
admit,
barely understand anything she says.
I always enjoy listening, though.
Yes. Well, in much the same way as you like watching a fight that breaks out in the street. Yeah.
Or a car crash, yeah.
Exactly, yes. The world's most hilarious car crash happened the other day, and the papers are still talking about this. So I'll get into that after we get through Screenless. Hello, Adam.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I just want to say, Nick, a couple of things. Of all the radio programs that one currently has at their disposal, certainly in London, of many different choices and variations, I have to say this one is the absolute worst I've ever heard, and the displeasure of listening to.
It's like the start of The Producers. Have you seen The Producers? It's on film. They're showing it on Sky regularly, like every 10 minutes. Hilarious. Everybody comes out of the theatre, a great big grin on their face, and they burst into song, and they say, "It's the worst show on Broadway," to much hilarity all round. He was a bit verbose, wasn't he? I mean, if you just hate me, just say, "Oh, I really hate you." You don't have to try and impress us with your verbosity, mate. Hello?
My hen lad nadayan unwilly me glad by'r fachan
You getting any of this, Chris?
And wog your
It's in your mother tongue. Do you speak Welsh?
No.
Nothing at all? No. Can you say the long word? Clan Bairith, Paul Gwyndyth? No. Clan Cecilio, go, go, go.
Nope.
Oh, he's run out of breath. Here's Croydon. Hello, Danny.
Hello, mate.
Danny.
Yes.
What's
How
up,
do you know
Danny?
it's Danny in Croydon? I didn't tell you.
It's modern technology. Isn't it great?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Hello, mate.
How are you?
Am I alright? Am I live at the moment?
You're live on the air.
I just wanted to say, the bloke who just phoned up and said you are the worst programme he's ever listened to. What the blooming hell is he listening for?
Well, it's a good question, yeah.
Very strange bloke. I didn't really, not much more else to say, except I thought I'd make most stupid people in the world, but there we go. You live and learn.
Exactly. Thanks a lot, Danny.
Great show.
Cheers, mate. Here is Catford. Trixie.
Hi, hello.
Hey, Trixie.
Yes, the answer to your question is 48.
Is it?
6 8 to 48.
Oh, 6 8, 48.
Yes, absolutely, and I think you're doing brilliantly.
Oh, I'm doing a super job. I won't lie to you.
Yeah, no, that's you. How much pizza did you have today? It's really sort of, making you feel, giving you energy today, isn't it?
No pizza today. I had some bacon, and you know what? I'm a bit new to this whole meat eating thing. I haven't eaten meat in about 20 years.
No, I know. How's it going? How many pigs have you eaten?
No animal is safe.
No,
But I'm beginning to smell like meat. This is a bit concerning.
There apparently is a different smell, yeah.
Yeah, great wafts of bacon are pouring off me. It's I used to smell fragrant like a field of daisies.
I'm sure you smell just as fragrant.
But now I smell like an abattoir. But I'm looking more ruddy, Trixie.
Oh well, that can only be good, honestly.
Yeah. Eat more meat.
Absolutely. Well, which is your favourite?
Well, I haven't really tried a lot. I've been a bit, I'm a bit chicken about it. But I've been eating...
Did you try that with the salt?
Huh?
But standing the chicken on salt.
Hey, was that you?
No, what, me?
Did you give me that recipe?
No, I didn't. I heard somebody giving it.
I did, yeah. And you know what? It's great.
Yeah, I haven't tried that myself, but I must try it. I've heard it's brilliant.
Get a whole packet of salt, put it in a tray, slap a chicken on it.
Yep.
Well, you got to kill it.
Yep.
First.
Well, yeah, I mean, that would be a good idea.
Stick it in the oven, and it comes out juicy and delicious.
Oh, excellent.
It really does. And it doesn't taste of salt, doesn't it? Like, I don't know how that works, but it works.
My God, you're waxing lyrical about meat. I think I better let you get on to some more callers.
Thanks, Trixie.
Thank you.
Ta-ta. Here is Bolton. Hello, Dave. Blimey, it sounds like about three things going on at the same time. Steve. This is like a contest, right?
Pretty much.
You need to do round breathing, don't you? I'll leave him there and come back later. Romford, hello, James.
Hello, Nick, how are you, mate?
I'm all right.
Good. Hey, Nick, I've just been surfing the net on my mobile and stumbled across your website.
It's not my website, you understand. It's nothing to do with me. It's only about me.
Oh, right. Is it run by somebody else then, is it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Oh,
Bless them.
It's quite good, though. Yeah, and with all the... Are we allowed to mention the other station you work for?
Another station.
Yeah, it says you do...
Doesn't ring a bell.
Rock and roll! It says you do... says you do Planet Rock. I didn't realise that was you. When I listened to it, I never put two and two together.
Yeah, it's very loud rock music, James. You won't like it.
No, I do. I used to be, the goth with the long hair and the black leather and everything.
Yeah, get a haircut, hippie.
Yeah. While I'm on, I just wanted to say how much I love my wife and my baby boy, because I put them through a load of crap recently, Nick.
Aw, isn't that sweet? I'm getting a warm feeling. Thanks a lot, James.
See you, Nick.
Cheers. It's Lakeside.
How you doing, Nick? All right?
I am all right.
Just quickly, your man earlier on wanted to know about the interview on the iPod.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you can get it, because they cut the news out, by the way, so... You won't be able to download it at all.
Right, that's a call from our managing director. Thanks a lot, Leon. Hey, did you manage to sort him out?
I did sort him out.
There you go, you see? It's we're doing it as a pubic service. Danny?
Rocky.
Here is Croydon. If I can punch him up. Croydon.
Globule.
Throb. Pontypridd. Gorn. Kentish Town.
Rocky.
For those who didn't hear it the first time. Hey, I'll take one more. I'll take a couple more. Into the
12.
new news. Yes, sir.
12 times 12.
12 times 12. It's an excellent question. I'm glad you asked me that. Here's one in Pontypridd again. Yes.
Feed me till I want no more.
Is it just me, or are people slurring?
It is 27 minutes past 7.
Oh, yeah, well, you should have said. Hello, LBC. Excellent call. But people just calling and then chickening out. That's not that scary, is it? Tufnell Park.
Yeah, didn't you used to live in Tufnell Park?
Yes, I did.
What road?
Well, it was just off, well, I guess it was on, either on or off Junction Road.
Aha, do you know Cathcart Hill?
Vaguely.
Yeah, that's what I live there.
Oh, well, isn't it a small town?
All right, ta-ta.
All right, cheers, mate. Do everything you can to get out of Tufnell Park. Do it straight away. Here's Beckton. Hello, Robert.
If you wish to speak to someone acting superior, phone in to Clive Ball. If you wish to speak to someone who is superior, phone in to Nick Abbott. Thank you.
Thanks, Dad. You know, it's nice of you to call, but I really wish you wouldn't call me at work. Over and over again, I've been begging you. Right, Ian is away until next Wednesday. Guess who he's hanging out with? I'm just something. Hey, Bill.
Hello, mate.
How are you?
Hi, Nick.
Bill. How's it going?
Yeah, not too bad. The problem is, I've lost Speckled Jim.
Really?
Yeah. You know, me budgie.
Your budgie? Yeah.
I trained him, as a homing budgie, you know.
Bound to have done.
And I took him up to Yorkshire, and I've lost him. He didn't take the A to Z with him.
These are the jokes, folks. Thanks a lot, Bill. That was really worth it. Oh, dear. Hey, you know, I don't know what this is, or I was listening to it on the news. There's the Best Celebrity Mum Award. Just get rid of this. There you go.
That's better.
The Best Celebrity Mother Award.
Yeah.
Who's that organised by? Who's responsible for that?
Probably some
farrago.
Woman's magazine.
Well, the way you said that.
Some
You are so sexist.
Am I?
What's the matter with women's magazines, apart from they're really stupid? Even more stupid than men's magazines. Well, is that possible?
I haven't got anything against women's magazines. They're very entertaining.
Oh. He reads women's magazines, eh?
Where the hell are my Judy Garland records, damn it?
They're usually lying around,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the front cover will be, blimey, it'll be something like, how to apply your lipstick in order to get more sex.
Yeah.
How to shop at Tesco's in order to get more sex.
How to find a younger man.
In order to...
get more sex.
Yeah. How to get more sex in order to get more sex.
Isn't there an optimal place on the front of a magazine where your eyes are drawn to? I saw a survey once, and that's where they'll put the thing about sex or
the
orgasms. That'll be it.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just the same as in newspapers. You fall to the right-hand side of the page, because I don't know whether it's still the case, but advertising in newspapers used to be more expensive on the right-hand side of the page as opposed to the left one as you open them up.
Yeah, because nobody ever looked at page 2 of a newspaper.
In the Sun, certainly not. No, that's where the Sun crams all of its actual news. You know, political news and things that are going on in other countries that don't involve boobs.
Yeah.
But it's opposite, a full-colour spread of, a woman on all fours with her tongue hanging out. So who's going to look at who's going to look at that in-depth coverage? No one. That's who. No, but they're having a Best Celebrity Mother Award. Some company presumably the only reason they're doing this is so that dopes like me will mention their brand name on the radio. Fortunately, I don't know who's doing it, so I can't. I can't even slip up and do it. But the list of the potential best mothers... OK, now, concentrate hard on what I'm saying now. The best mother, as in the best person who is mothering their child.
So what, best mum who's stayed at home with their child, been there every second of the day?
Well, not necessarily, but just the woman who is providing the best atmosphere and circumstance in which to bring up a child, who also happens to be a celebrity.
Go on.
Well, Jade Goody. Now, she's the woman who went into the Big Brother house for ever and a day with a child on the outside. And did she take her kid to India? Is she still in India? Because we haven't heard about Jade Goody for about the last 5 minutes.
No, I saw a picture that she's back now. She was flying back, and she was in Heathrow Airport.
And how did that whole thing go down? Was it a giant success?
Don't think so.
This is some of the coverage that was about Jade when she was over there. A stunt to win over the people of India who've never heard of her. Why is she doing this? I really don't... She's not gone over there to win over the people of India. She's gone over there to win over us, because her management company is seeing the pounds drop off her. Not literally. The pound's money drop off the product that is Jade Goody. India's got nothing to do with it. She went over there to make us feel better about her.
Yeah.
Nobody's actually said that yet. I get tired of being so right all the time.
How'd you do it?
Must be exhausted.
Yeah, it is. So tiring. A stunt to win over the people of India backfired on Jade Goody when women were knocked flying and children trampled underfoot in a Delhi slum. Why did she go there? In a Delhi slum, presumably they haven't got televisions. Nor do papers get delivered. And they haven't got the internet, so no one's ever heard of her. Mystifying.
What does she do when she gets there?
She prances around for the cameras that will send their pictures directly back here so we can see what a nice person she is.
I didn't see those pictures.
No, me either. It just all went pear-shaped. Jade, 25, who hit the headlines for abusing Bollywood star Shilpa Bloomin Shetty during TV Celebrity Big Brother, visited an impoverished area of the Indian capital to be photographed with penniless kids. Well, there it is right there. That's why she went, to be photographed with children, to make it look like she cares, to make us feel better about buying her perfume. Shh, it's called. Or something beginning with SH. Why would anybody go into a supermarket or a chemist and ask for Jade Goody's perfume? I mean, that mystifies me. I've got no clue why anybody would do that. I don't even know why people would do the same for David Beckham's perfume. I mean, he's thought of in... Well, I know, but David Beckham... You could say that David Beckham's cologne, man scent, is aimed at me, but...
Have you smelt it?
No. He's a footballer. Why would I want to have a perfume made ostensibly by a footballer, even though he probably has got nothing to do with it? Well, neither does Jade Goody. She's just signed a contract and they slapped her face on the front of it.
That's the thing. It's not made by them, really, is it?
No, but they're selling the name. I mean, they could put puke on the front of it and it would smell the same, but it wouldn't sell very well. Puke by Jade Goody. Jade Goody's Smell My Fingers. You know, something like that.
Yeah.
So they're selling the name, and so people are actively choosing to buy something that's got her name on it that's a perfume. That mystifies me, and it's fantastically popular. It's not like a few are going off the shelves. They can't put them on the shelves fast enough.
I was doing some Christmas shopping a while back, and...
What, before Christmas?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And I was in Boots.
Hey, where you going, Alex?
Yeah, where you... Oh.
Huh?
Got something wrong with his throat. But I was doing some shopping in Boots, and there was this massive long queue going up the stairs, and then an announcement came over saying, "Oh, Jade Goody is now signing her new boxes of her new perfume. If you want to go and get your new box set signed." And there was a really, really long queue.
Yeah. Who are these people?
They were mostly teenage girls.
Right. Okay.
Does that help?
I suppose so, yeah. Yes. But don't they like Charlie, or whatever there's the current thing now? That used to be in the 70s, isn't it, Charlie?
Isn't that for old women?
Old women?
Yeah.
I thought that was a younglings thing. No, old women buy posh perfume, like Chanel.
Oh, okay.
Like, that makes sense to me, because... Well, actually, why perfume makes sense coming from a clothes manufacturer, actually, that doesn't follow, does it?
No, not really.
Any more than anything else does, really. The modern world mystifies me. I don't get it.
I don't think you're supposed to.
Anyway, a crush formed when she was trying to get photographed with small children, and despite insisting that it was a private visit, Jade was in India with Shilpa's former agent and a TV presenter who works for Jade's management company. It's all about the management company, freaking out because they're a star asset, is waning. And it's all about face. It's not about face. It's all about image. And if because her image is the dopey dump who did well.
Yeah.
Which gives teenagers, the whole country over, hope, because all they want to be is famous. And if someone that stupid can be that rich just from doing something with a kebab, then they can do it too, right? So that's the nature of her success, and that's so it's all about image. But if we peel back the layer, and she's not just this chirpy, shouting Essex gob, she's actually a nasty, venal, unpleasant piece of work, then suddenly the brand falters. So that's what they're doing, a bit of patching up of the brand by taking her to India to have her photographed. So whisk her around in a limousine, and out she'll pop at a photo opportunity with a small child, and she'll give them 10 rupees or a packet of crisps or whatever comes to hand, and get a photograph taken with her, and then sell more perfume. That's
a waste of time, though, isn't it?
Well, it's not a waste of time if it turns over £5 million a year.
Yeah, but people aren't going to go to the shops and buy her perfume thinking, oh, she's made that trip to India, so I can go and buy her perfume
No,
now.
but back of mind, when I say Jade Goody,
yeah,
before she went into the house, it's like, oh yeah, she's amusing, she's a bit of a sort, and she's done well, and she lives in Essex with a big house, and she's going out with a teenager, or wherever that old bloke is, and, so you can aspire to be Jade Goody, because she's got no end of stupid, and yet she's fantastically rich, so it's something to aspire to. But if she starts, if you peel back the layers and what's underneath is a monster, then people don't want to be here anymore.
True.
So that's what this is. Are you all right, Alex? Coughing your guts up out there, you were.
I think it's the air conditioning here.
Oh, is
it's
it?
Too hot, and it dries my throat out.
Oh, really?
Oh. Stop whining!
Anyway, Jade finally emerged seeming unfazed by the chaos. She's probably got no idea. She stepped smiling into her car to return to her luxury hotel as angry locals banged on the vehicle's windows. Somebody needs to make the film out of this. The quote is, "I'm so sorry for the hurt and pain my actions caused." Does that sound like something that she'd say? No. Not really, no. Anyway, she went, she saw, she destroyed, she left. And her perfume is still sitting there on the shelves. Oh. It's 7:46, this is LBC, here's Travel with Amanda Redman.
Well, looking really bad at the moment still, of course.
So, Jade Goody is one of the women up for Best Celebrity Mum, and the list gets worse from that point on. I'll tell you about that in a second. First, Peckham. Hello, John.
Hello, Nick. Great show. Nick, you sound pretty astute every time I listen to you. Am I missing something here? Everywhere I go all over London. I do my minicab driver. Every available inch, they're building thousands of flats and houses every day. Look around, and listeners, please look around. Well, you don't have to look around. You'll see they're sort of knocking down old pubs and building like 10 flats.
Yeah, little flatlets with tiny windows and no cupboards.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But this is happening all over London, thousands of flats and houses every day.
And they're all rubbish, too.
Okay, but now who gives, the planning permission for all these? Because, little bits of green where even kids play on, next minute a flat or a house is being built.
I'm quite convinced that the planning business in this country is utterly crooked from top to bottom.
I'm totally convinced, absolutely. And now another couple of factors. I know someone who works with Thames Water. Now they're saying they're going to take 3 or 4 years to, mend zillions of broken water pipes. Now this guy reckons it would take 8 years.
They said that. Hang on a second, John. They said that they would take them 4 years to fix all of the pipes.
They're going to. They didn't use the word all. I'm sorry. They said they're going to fix the broken water pipes in London. It's going to take 4 years.
Get out. It'll take them forever.
Well, exactly. Now, so all these new. Am I missing something here? All these new flats and houses coming up daily. Don't they need water, drinking water, bath water? I mean, there's extra sewage. rubbish disposal. Oh, let's not even talk about traffic. But
well, let's not talk about sewage.
What is going? Well, let me make a prediction. It's March the 7th, 2007. Within next 3 years, there's going to be a catastrophic sewage problem. A bus may go down in the middle of the road or something, because there's so many hundreds of miles of sewage tunnels under main roads. And you're surely noticing yourself, there's all big holes appearing in the roads. Well, a lot of this is sewage and old pipes underneath, water pipes, blah, blah, blah. But, again, just to emphasise, thanks for your time, I'd love your listeners to give some thought to thousands upon thousands of new flats and houses are going up in London every day. They're putting every available space. When you drive to work tomorrow, look around, you start looking around, you'll notice.
Well, yeah, you don't even have to look. It's a sea of cranes out there, I know.
So we'd agree they need more drinking water, these extra new housing flats. They need extra bath water. You know, the sewage should be more sewage.
Yeah, so some of those flats actually come with taps, and I think the benefit from faucets is how the estate agents would put it. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, John. It's well, fortunately, the entire world is going to be over in 30 years. I'll tell you about that later. Okay. But until then, we're all going to be thirsty. But thanks a lot, mate.
Yeah.
He had to bring up sewage. Gillingham in Kent.
Hello?
Medway man, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. And you?
All right.
You sound left to me.
Are we on speakerphone?
Yes, I am, my sweet.
Right.
Want me to pick it up?
Get it off speakerphone.
Why is that, Nick?
Better.
Oh, is it better for you?
Yes.
It's easier for me.
I'm so pleased.
I like the sound of your voice, Nick. I haven't spoken to you before.
Oh, good. I've been on a lucky streak so far.
Have you?
So, what's up?
Well, I was a little bit peeved at that last gentleman saying that all these people in principal architects' offices and architects who are a little bit crooked.
No, he didn't say that.
Well, Ben.
No, he didn't say that.
No.
He didn't even mention architects.
Well, builders. Whoever. I just caught it. Put me in the picture, please, Nick.
Well, to sum up, you've called up to complain about something. You're not quite sure what it is, but you're very angry.
Yeah, absolutely right. Got it on the back.
Okay, yeah, thanks a lot, mate. Here is West Ham. Hello, Neil.
Hiya, how you doing?
I'm all right, thanks.
Good. Just not the last one, but the one before was talking about planning applications and things. Unfortunately, the way that our wonderful government work is that they don't really take account of what effect the buildings will have. So planning law says that you must only take account of the application and the building that is being built, and it has no influence on whether it's going to affect the outside area or not.
I find that hard to believe. In fact, I don't believe that.
But it's fact, I'm afraid.
Well, how do you know? Who are you?
I work for local government.
Right, OK. Well, then I'll believe it until proven otherwise. But the, you know, some of these, every single building along the Thames, from Kew all the way down to the city, is exactly the same. None of them have any architectural merit at all, including the ones that were built by top-name architects. They're all rubbish. And I know what they look like from the inside as well, because I've been in a lot of them, searching for a flat I was. They're all microscopically small, they haven't got any cupboards, and they're not for people who actually live there. They're for people who are passing through. For executives who don't have any possessions or dependents, who will rent them for 6 months and then leave. And so there's no community there in any building along the entire Thames, which is an outrage, because it's the one of the biggest assets that London has. And so there's this kind of like it's a thoroughfare with no heart that goes right through the middle of London, and we've made exactly the same mistakes as we did in the 60s. We put up buildings that are not fit for their actual purpose, but will just make a quick profit, and will wish that they weren't there for decades to come. We've screwed it up again.
It's called short-termism.
Exactly. So you can take that to your the department you work at and stick it on the wall. All right.
I will do.
Thanks a lot, Neil. There you go. There's another problem solved. Next, this is LBC.
Hello. Pensions bungalow, mortgage turnip.
Boys?
Which is exactly what a good mother would say on returning home to take over take charge of the kids from the childminder who had been doing a super job in the short absence of their mother, right? As opposed to the people on the list of the best celebrity mothers. Jade Goody is one. What's think of a mother that's even worse than that. I bet you can't actually come up with a name that I'm thinking of here, because you won't register her as a mother. It comes as a surprise, actually, to think that she's actually got a child at all, because who even heard of it? And her behaviour suggests someone who is not with child, that she's still, out there going mental.
Britney Spears.
No, these are British people. It's a British award.
Kate Moss.
Kate Moss is the right answer. Can you believe that?
Oh, he read it, probably.
She's a mother. That's the first shocker. And that someone had the nerve to put her on the list of potential best celebrity mother of the year. Kate Moss.
I bet that child's having a whale of a time. He's probably got everything he ever wanted.
Yeah. Hey, Kate Moss's kid.
Want to score some pot?
Does he even see her? I mean, when was the last time you saw her pictured doing something motherly? Falling out of the club, her eyes going in two different directions, hanging on to her junkie boyfriend. Does that sound like the kind of mother you'd want to grow up with?
Isn't she constantly mothering him? Mr.
Oh, yeah, I don't think that counts.
No.
And I don't think that she never looks to me in any kind of condition to mother anyone.
Are you saying mothers can't go to clubs?
Yes.
Why not?
I am saying that.
Why not?
Well, if your child has grown up and gone away, then yes, you can.
Right.
But no, you can't at that point because you're too old and it would be embarrassing. But no, you cannot go to a club if you've got a baby at home, which is, I think, the case with her. What the hell's she doing? Somebody should give her a little talking to. Maybe her junkie boyfriend will have a word in her ear. He'll say.
On FM. On Abbott.
So that's good news. It was a pretty nice day this morning when I went out to get the papers. It was beautiful. The sun was out. The sky was blue. You remember blue, don't you? It wasn't raining. The wind was not too bad. A little light breeze coming in off the sewage. Oh, it was lovely outside. And tomorrow's going to be even better, that nice news person said. 12 degrees. And it's all down to global warming.
Yay.
Hip, hip. Hooray. Hip, hip.
Hurrah!
Posh people say hip, 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 don't they? They throw in an extra hip, yeah. Like, hey, Joss Stone is falling flat on her face. She got a stinky review in the Evening Standard this evening, and she's just upset people by making them wait a really long time, like she's, famous. She ain't that famous yet, dear. Joss Stone, she's, 12, isn't she? Her and Lindsay Lohan. What a great couple they'd make. Well, who is Lindsay Lohan, by the way? You keep reading about her in the papers all the time. Who is she?
Week.
Do I?
You should look it up.
Do I really say that every week? Who's Lindsay Lohan? I mean, I know I've got no idea what's going on or who's doing what to whom, which is, not as it should be, considering the job that I do. But who is Lindsay Lohan? Richard Madeley shaking his fist. Did you see that? Richard Madeley, his daughter got a phone nicked.
Oh, yeah, it's just around the corner, isn't it?
And I saw the picture of Richard Madeley with his daughter, and this is a very bad thought, but my instinctual first reaction was, who's the stripper he's with? Look at what she's wearing. How can a dad let his daughter go out looking like that? She does look like a stripper, does she not?
Oh, well, I think it's her decision.
Halfway through her act, she looks... I mean, have you ever seen shorts so microscopically small as that?
What, she wearing shorts?
Well...
I thought it was a dress.
I got a magnifying glass out, and apparently there are shorts there. And, boobs akimbo. Oh, put something on, dear. That's awful. She's with her dad. I would be...
She's over 18 now, isn't she?
Well, that's neither here nor there. Your dad doesn't want his daughter to go out looking like that.
Well, he doesn't seem to mind.
Well, apparently not. And there he is, shaking his little fist at the camera.
Now he minds.
It's so funny.
You can't threaten violence, can you?
Well, he did. He said, why I oughta... Dross Stone is the headline in the Evening Standard. Oh, no, the worm has turned. 2.5 hours late, rambling between songs. The audience could barely hear. Is Flamehead Joss having a midlife crisis at 19? I guess I'll read that and pick out the juicy bits during an advertising break. Otherwise, I'll be sitting there reading the whole paper all night long. Let's go with one in Heathrow. Hello, John.
Hello.
Yes, John.
I'd just like to say I've got a business in Lambeth, and all round the area they're building flats, turning offices into flats. They've just built a 5-star hotel, and the road down the side of it, if you walk down there, the sewage smell is absolutely atrocious. I've contacted Lambeth Council. They do nothing, and it's the height of the winter. Can you imagine what it's going to be like when we got the 100 degrees temperatures?
It'll smell like Venice.
Yeah, I mean, I reckon bubonic plague will come back.
Oh, there's something to look forward to.
Well, they're digging down sort of deep into the earth. You know, they're excavating. The smell that comes out of the ground when they go down to these low levels is atrocious.
Excruciating.
Yeah, you know,
the
while they're
excavation.
building, you get a terrible smell from the excavation.
And the builders.
But they're just tapping onto the existing sewage and putting up sort of 30-storey hotels.
There's a 5-star hotel in Lambeth.
Yeah, right on between Lambeth and Vauxhall Bridge.
Why would anyone want to stay there?
Well, you look out the window, you can see the Houses of Parliament if you look out the window.
If you stick your head out and really crane, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when we had the wind recently, a couple of weeks back, all their front canopy blew out. The hotel was only 3 months old.
Well, they'll put that on the snag list.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that, but there was cars under there trapped and everything.
Lovely. All right, well, thanks for the bad news, John.
Yeah, but, it's frightening. But when you go to Lambeth Council and say, would you come and have a look at these sewers, you never hear anything.
Well, they're busy filling out their expenses. Choosing furniture for their offices, they are. All right, cheers, John. Here is Watford. Hello, Peter.
Hello. How you going? All right.
I'm all right.
Yeah, first time caller. I love the show, by the way.
Thank you.
Right, just wanted to bore you with some more talk about buildings going up in Watford, really.
Watford?
Yeah, Watford of all places. Yeah.
Right.
Well, what's happening is there seems to be about 6 or 7 big developments happening around the area. Watford and Apsley and Hemel. And I don't think they've really taken into account the infrastructure of the whole place, really, because there's not enough schools as it is. They're shutting down Hemel Hospital. Watford can barely cope as it is, and the roads are just chock-a-block anyway.
Well, let me guess that the buildings they're putting up are luxury, in inverted commas, executive flatlets. Those people haven't got
indeed.
children. They don't even have chairs.
Yeah, I'm an electrician by trade, so I actually get help by all this going up because I get to put them together.
Right.
And I have to say, the building techniques are absolutely dire anyway, and they're not going to last. Give it 10 years.
Well, exactly. We're throwing up buildings, just like we did in the 60s, that are rubbish and that people won't want to live in. Again, we're doing the same thing again.
Yeah, they are. They are doing it again. And what seems to be worse is that, they're not taking it into account anyway. I mean, half of these places are not even filled yet, and coming out your door at 8 o'clock in the morning, just getting into a queue of traffic straight away. It takes you an hour to get anywhere.
Well, the people that are building them, of course, wouldn't live in them. They've got giant houses in Surrey
buy-to-let, isn't it?
with land. Yeah.
Which is, why would they do this? Why would they allow that? They must look at the infrastructure, surely. It does make you think, are they just doing it just so they can get the stamp duty? Why else would you do it?
Well, are they doing it to get the stamp duty?
Well, yeah, when you buy a new house, you have to pay stamp duty, don't you?
Oh, you mean the government?
Yes, indeed.
Right. Well, you know what? If you put a gun to my head and you force me to choose one way or the other, I would say that the people who are handing out the
planning,
the planning people are in cahoots with the building people, and it all just goes around and around and around, sharing around the money they are.
Well, they certainly are. I mean, I know.
Not Watford specifically, but just the whole lot of them, all of them. You know.
Yeah. Well, they're laughing, and they won't be laughing soon because it's just going down. The only way it's down, I'm afraid.
No, they will continue to laugh. It's the rest of us that will be in misery.
Well, they got to drive on the roads as well, sunshine.
Well, I suppose so, yeah. They'll just have their chauffeurs pick another route. Thanks a lot, Peter.
Take care, mate.
Everybody's, we've had typhoid and sewage, and it's just like one endless stream of misery over here. Here is a more positive note in Richmond. Hello, Alan.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
All right.
Tell them all to stop whining. If they didn't turn around and keep building these flats and that, there'd be nowhere for these poor little dole drawers to sit in their council flats. And if they weren't building them while the missus were cashing their gyros, the guys wouldn't be able to go out and illegally work on the building sites. What's their problem?
I don't think that any of those flats are going up for council dwellers, are they? Until recently, they didn't have to accommodate them at all. Now it says something like 30% have to be affordable.
What is affordable?
Well, yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, some gigantic sum for a one-bedroom flat with no cupboards or windows. 150,000, affordable.
I'll take it.
Yes, that's right. Is it still available? Form an orderly queue. It's ridiculous. This whole thing, it's just, property is just insane. It's crazy, baby.
Just can't do it.
It's as crazy as Kate Moss being up for the Best Mother of the Year award. Oh, I hope she doesn't win that. But you know what? I suspect that she will, because she's the most newsworthy and famous person on this list right now. Kate Moss! Who even knew that she had a kid?
Not me.
I mean, if you go out clubbing as much as she does, and you're around drugs as much as she is, and she's got the job of modelling, which is amazing to me. Her eyes are looking in two different directions. She's not got no boobs. She's covered in spots, and she's as thin as a stick of pepper army. How does a person that looks like that become a model? Does anybody have any clue?
You can't hold that against her, though.
And now she's got a job designing dresses. Yeah, that's what she'll be doing. Sitting there with a pencil, she will be. Waiting for her muse.
Tell them apart.
Her and Karl Lagerfeld. Yeah. It's just too silly, isn't it? She's a dress designer like I am.
Well, she's a young mother, and she's an entrepreneur. You know, she's doing well for herself, isn't she?
Oh, she's yeah. Well, that part of that paragraph is correct. She is doing well for herself, no doubt about it. Yeah. It's 8:14. This is LBC 97.3, and here's travel with Will Gowing.
Thanks very much. If you're heading out onto the rails this season,
yo. Okay, so far on this list, best celebrity mother: Jade Goody. Kate Moss, Heather McCartney.
What? Who?
Heather. What do you mean, who?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know, mucker.
This is just a joke list.
Well, so far, I'm stunned. I heard it on the news on this station, so it must be true. The best celebrity Mother of the Year award is going on tonight. Have you ever heard of anything so silly? And these are the people that are up for the award: Jade Goody, Kate Moss, Heather McCartney. There are two more. Well, you won't get them because I don't even know who these people are.
Kerry Katona.
No.
Oh.
I've heard of her. Who's she? She used to be. She used to sing
rock and roll
music.
No.
Kerry Katona.
Oh yeah, she did, didn't she?
Wasn't she in Catatonic or what's it called? Crapatonic.
Are you thinking of Keris Matthews?
I've got no idea.
No.
It's S Club 7 or something.
Something like Sugar Babes. Atomic Kitten.
Oh,
Atomic Kitten.
It's really disturbing that you know that.
He's only young.
Yeah. It's aimed at me.
No, it's not. It's aimed at children.
Oh, is it?
Exactly.
Female children.
Oh. Okay. I'm not saying anything.
You've said too much.
Oops.
No, the other two on this list are Tess Daly. Who's that?
She's the presenter of Strictly Come Dancing.
Oh my God! Oh, you know what? You know what's coming to a TV screen near you soon? Strictly Come Dancing. Right. So she's one of those sort of vague blonde ditzy types that are completely interchangeable. There's at least a dozen of them on TV, and you could swap them around like Barbie dolls.
But there's only one Bruce Forsyth.
Well, that's because the difference is that Bruce Forsyth is an actual talent.
Right.
He can actually do stuff rather than just stand there with a grin on the face and read something that someone else has written on the auto cue. This is what I don't get about television. People, I just want to be on television. To do what? And no one has any idea what they want to do. They just want to be on television. That mystifies me. I don't get it. See, I want to be on radio, but I know exactly what I want to do. To be on television, you either have to have your own idea for a programme and make it yourself, or you're going to be just one of these bland, interchangeable, smiley people that are made out of plastic that you can swap around, and it doesn't matter who it is, because they're all the same, and they're all just reading what the director has written on the auto cue. What kind of a job is that?
I think it's quite an easy job and very, very well paid.
Yeah, very well paid. Amazing. Really, all you got to do is smile and speak. Anybody managed to do... Oh, hey, I can't. I can't. See, that's why I'm not on TV. One of the reasons. Yeah, my face is the other reason. No, Nick, there's nothing wrong with your face.
Oh,
thanks a lot, boys. No, coming to a screen near you soon. Pup Idol.
Excuse me?
Yes, it is your worst fears have been have come to pass.
Oh, don't let Lucy hear that.
It's a style contest with, of course, celebrities bidding to turn rescue dogs into showground stars. The Underdog Show, that's what it's called, with possible host, oh, no, Julian Clary. Will put 8 stars, in inverted commas, and their pooches through obedience, agility, and even doggy dancing tests.
Does it involve a premium rate phone number?
Yes. The public will vote one pair off the show each week.
How did I guess?
Nothing gets put on television, nothing goes past the commissioning editor these days unless it has some sort of phone-in element. Doesn't it make you puke?
We should come up with something.
Yeah, by this time next year we'll be millionaires.
I know.
Guess which crappy 2-bit TV channel this is going to be on? Living TV? No. Channel 5? No. ITV? No. That's right. BBC One.
What?
Unbelievable.
Let me guess, Saturday evening.
I'm just speechless.
Has this got anything to do with the Simon Cowell empire?
Everything does. Cat Dealey, there's another one. One of these interchangeable plastic smiling people who no one really knows what they're good at, but they just show up on everything. She's gone to America, like they don't have enough ditzy bimbos in America. They had to import one. Cat Dealey's on that American Idol show. There's another good reason not to watch.
She's not a celebrity mum as well, is she?
Almost certainly. She's one of these geniuses who can juggle a high-profile media career in which she does nothing. Really, wouldn't that be great to be a TV star where you just show up? You don't even have to prepare. You just show up, looking like death on a stick, makeup will set about you, and plump your cheeks, and you just have to go and stand in front of a camera and read. Wouldn't that be fantastic? And then here's a cheque for £250,000.
What, to be a reality TV star?
Just to be on television.
Yeah. But you have to do something. You have to do something entertaining.
No, you really don't.
You just have to be mildly proficient and look good.
Yeah, you just have to be able to hit a spot on the stage and stand on the cross and then read the script that's put in front of you. Almost everyone on television does just that, including the newsreaders. There's almost no one on television that's actually got any talent anymore, because that's been... formats have removed the need for talent. This is why people like Ant and Dec keep winning awards over and over and over again, because no one can think of anyone else who's actually doing anything on television.
Well, you say that and you mock it, but it's probably harder than it looks. Maybe there's such professionals that they just make it look easy.
Well, you could say this is harder than it looks. I'm just sitting here talking. It sounds like the easiest thing in the world to me.
Me too, but, you know, probably somewhat, you know...
I mean, if you put a TV camera in front of me, I would be a TV star.
Really?
Except I wouldn't, because I would... I'm not professional enough to read what's put in front of me. I'd just start making things up.
All right, if you presented...
fired after about 10 seconds.
You're presenting a live TV show that was going out to, like, 10 million people. Would that not, like, bother you whatsoever?
Well, I'm presenting a live radio show.
Yeah, but
this is actually going out on the air. Can you believe it?
We're not going out to 10 million
We're the
people,
only thing
though.
on LBC 97.3 right now.
Yeah, no, but we're not going out to 10 million people.
It doesn't make any difference how many people you're going out to. I mean, I could be broadcasting to every single person in the whole wide world. I'm still doing exactly the same job. It doesn't make a slight bit of difference how many people are watching or listening.
But if people could see you...
If they could see me now.
Yeah.
See, if I was on TV, I'd be waggling my top hat and...
shaking your bow tie?
Yeah. putting on my white tie, top hat and tails, like Fred Astaire.
Oh.
I'll take this one in Battersea. Hello, Sarah.
Oh, hello.
Sarah.
Oh, I hadn't realised I was going straight to air.
Straight to air.
Hello, Nick.
How are you?
Very well. I just wanted to join you in your little media debate.
A little joiny-any?
Yeah, well, you know, having done a little bit of telly myself.
Oh, really?
You are absolutely right. It's all auto-cue stuff. You've just got to turn up and look cute and be able to read at 50 paces.
Yeah. And that's
doing
it.
Live radio is so much harder because you have to think on your feet. You've got to be entertaining. No one's going to script you up on the radio.
Well, exactly.
Now, brother, that's something to say now. But it really is. I'm sick, as you say, of the newsreaders who are actually all actors and actresses and aren't journalists getting all the kudos.
And the money. Don't forget the money.
And the money. And the money.
Yeah. See, I could do Tess Daly's job. I could do Cat Deely's job. Any fool could do it.
You could look quite as cute.
Well, see, now that's what I was going to say. The only difference would be that people wouldn't want to throw their clothes off and leap on me.
But did you see the Cat Deely-Kylie interview?
That's all my worst nightmares in one sentence. No, I didn't. No.
It was vapid.
Well, yeah. Well, you would think so, yeah.
Because there was that. I mean, every time Cat tried to ask something that was slightly penetrating, it all just got shut down, and it's all staged. That's the other thing. I mean, actually doing live TV is at least there's a bit of an edge there.
Well, because the autocue might break.
Well, yeah, but also,
and then they'd have to make it up.
You don't know what your guests are going to say, and there's a little bit of something going on, but the rest of TV is really...
It's rubbish.
Very dull. Very dull indeed.
I mean, is there anything that's actually got a presenter on it that you would think the presenter is actually talented at what they do? I mean, there's no end of good programmes that have been scripted and acted and so on.
Well, I think Jonathan Ross is very talented, but then most of his really funny stuff has to be edited out because it's not fit for TV consumption.
Right.
Not in the sense, I think, of the majority of chat show or news programmes, no.
Or indeed anything that's actually live. I mean, it's got to be the easiest job in the whole wide world. I'm an idiot not for getting into television.
Why not?
Well, like I said, I don't have any idea what I would want to do in TV. I know exactly what I want to do in radio.
I might into the conversation. I've only just tuned in.
But I've got no... I don't want to be one of those people that stands in front of a camera. Neither would the camera actually like me.
Well, you don't know that.
Mind you, Russell Harty had a long
Nick Ferris does very well on Original
not furtive.
But no, I think actually Russell Harty, we're showing our age, I think, now here, Nick, was edgy because you never knew quite what was going to happen on his programmes.
Well, no, yes, you did. He was going to be smarmy and nice and polite, and only when Grace Jones showed up did anything interesting happen.
Grace Jones? Well, oh no, that wasn't him, was it? I was thinking about, God, who was that punk group?
Oh, no, that was the Sex Pistols and Bill Grundy.
Bill Grundy.
Whatever happened to Bill Grundy, by the way?
He died, I think, shortly after that.
Oh, right. Well, that's not funny, Sarah.
It's not really funny. It's not really funny. But it was, I mean, it was an absolute... I can't remember how old I was. I must have been 12 or 13 when that happened. But, you know, your first proper swear on primetime TV.
I know, and I missed it.
Quite a moment.
I was very upset of missing that. Read all about it, of course, and seen it subsequently, but at the time, it would have been the most exciting thing I'd ever seen.
I was sitting there waiting to watch Crossroads with my mum, I think, afterwards, and saw that.
Oh, you're strolling down Mammary Lane with me, Sarah. Thanks a lot for that, but I got to pause for the new news, all right?
All right, night, Nick.
Ta-ta, this is LBC 97.3.
If you're thinking of surrendering your endowment policy...
Well, let's get back to it.
Hey, Tallulah.
Hello, you.
You rock chick, you?
Oh, yeah, rock and roll mega.
How you going?
Well, yeah, I'm doing well, but I just wonder, do you really believe that all this business with selecting who is the best mother, who is the whatever, is really has anything to do with real selection? I mean, honest, genuine selection.
Well, somebody must compile the list and then choose one of them. So there is some selection going on somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, somewhere over the rainbow, I believe.
Mm.
Because I'm not sure if you remember, before Simon Cowell had reached his real fame, he was actually hanging around and going after Max Clifford all the time.
Going after him?
Yeah, you remember this guy on television who did the series where he films stars in their most private moments?
Who
did? A guy
did?
with a French name, somehow.
Antoine de Caunes.
No.
Oh.
Try again, with glasses.
Louis Theroux.
Huh?
Louis Theroux.
Yes, thank you very much.
Louis Theroux?
Yeah.
Photograph people in intimate poses?
Yeah, in intimate situations at home and, most intimate. Shopping. And he did the series with Max Clifford.
Right.
And Simon Cowell was constantly on his footprints to say, oh, come on, do work for me, because make me famous, because Max Clifford, he's just an enormous...
Yeah, I know, isn't he just? Yeah, enormous.
Yeah. He is. And that's where I'm coming from.
So what are you saying, though?
I'm saying is, I don't believe anything, I don't believe anything about this hit list, top 10 list, that is anything genuine about.
No, it's all completely rubbish, but my point is that they could have picked some better mothers. I mean, what kind of a list is this? Jade Goody, Kate Moss and Heather McCartney are up for Mother of the Year. I mean, that's just laugh out loud funny, that is.
Well, yeah, but do you know who is looking after Jade Goody?
Isn't it 19... Is it 19 management? Or no, that's David Beckham. They're a bit more high-powered than Jade Goody, aren't they? Jade Goody, isn't she handled by the same people that do Davina McCall and, coincidentally, Big Brother?
Yeah, it's all this big manufacturer.
Yeah.
Like a big company who's just having all the manuals under their control.
It's like everything else. It's everything is being run by fewer and fewer people. I mean, the food that you eat, almost all of it comes from 3 companies. And now that the media that we consume is all going to be coming from 3 companies as well. In 10 years' time, there'll be Google, Microsoft, and that'll be about it. Everything that you consume, your TV will be provided by Google, and the current suppliers will have gone to the wall, as will your mobile phone. That'll be provided by Yahoo or one of these companies that owns all internet information now, because everything is about to be provided by Wi-Fi. And so all of the people who've spent all of their money on the infrastructure are about to be swept aside. And so just as, like I said, pretty much all of the food in your cupboard is being sold by about 3 different multinational corporations, so all of the TV and the phones and every kind of information that comes into your house will be provided by 1 or 2 companies. It's scary, isn't it?
It is scary, so either we all survive or we all die.
Well, we're all going to die in 30 years, have you heard?
Well, you say so, you must know, because you read all the papers, you watch television all the time.
All the time I do, yeah. I've got no time to do anything else. In 2036, it's 2007, 2036, that's less than 30 years.
Hallelujah.
You can't wait. Then our troubles will be over.
But I would tell someone, make someone very happy, because nobody really talks about Russell Harty anymore, or do you often hear about him?
No, me mentioning him just then, and I don't know why I've thought of him. I haven't thought of him in since he was on TV.
Because I see his ex-secretary regularly. She was his secretary for 15 years.
Really?
And she's very fond of him, yes.
Right.
Hallelujah.
Well, he was an odd one, in more ways than one. But he was an odd television star, because he was like a dumpy, older bloke. They had no There was no pizzazz about him. There was no sort of sexual chemistry on screen when he was there. And it was an odd one.
He was definitely an odd one out, especially in connection with the story of Grace Jones.
Yeah, Grace Jones, where she famously hit him for ignoring her.
And did you know that he used to be a teacher? And he was teaching the guy from Countdown who died.
Bob Holness.
No.
Did Bob Holness die?
No, the one...
Oh, no, that was something else. That was the...
Richard Whiteley.
Richard Whiteley, right.
Richard Whiteley used to be the pupil of Russell Harty.
Really?
Yeah, you can look it up in the Wikipedia of Russell Harty.
Wikipedia. Oh, well, no less an august institution than Wikipedia, you say. Oh, well, it must be true.
Well, it is true, because I know it from this person I was talking about earlier.
Okay, well, I'll believe you, Tallulah. Millions wouldn't.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. Hey, how's your parrot, by the way?
He's so cool. He tells me all those things he wants.
What, like, cracker?
Come on, let's get you a treat, he says.
He's giving you a treat.
We're giving each other a treat. Yes, that's what you'd call a relationship.
Right. Well, it's, treats what comes around goes around.
Exactly.
Or something like that. Okay. Thanks, Tallulah.
All right.
Ta-da. Here is Oxford Street. Hello, Craig.
Hello, Nick.
Craig.
Yeah, hi. Brilliant show, by the way, and I've converted from BBC Radio London to LBC.
Good man. I'm normally to be found, by the way, on Saturday night. I'm just filling in here. Saturday night, 10 till 1. Write it in your diary.
Okay, will do. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about basically the state of society in this country in general. I mean, we always like to blame politicians for everything that goes wrong, and especially, the leader of the country. But in truth, if you look at society, I think we need to blame ourselves.
Yeah, well, it's our fault.
Well, yeah, it absolutely is our fault. I mean, if you just look at, the way things, are going on, I mean, you were talking about, this thing that's going on tonight about Celebrity Mother of the Year. I mean, I can't believe we're actually giving them, giving them any publicity and actually speaking about it, because it's all a load of rubbish. I mean, as you say, half the people who are on TV don't deserve to be on TV.
Well, I think this Celebrity Mother of the Year thing is all about giving publicity to the organisation that's running the best Celebrity Mother of the Year, and I don't know who they are, so I can't give them the oxygen of publicity.
Yeah, but I mean, I agree with you, there's too much rubbish on TV. I mean, if you look at things like, Big Brother and, even EastEnders, I mean, it's just not worth watching. I mean, I can't believe that my fellow Londoners are actually watching it.
Well, you come home from work and you're feeling a little slack-jawed and you just want to sit down and slump on the sofa and drool in front of the TV screen and switch your brain off. I know I do.
Yeah, but things like that, I mean, it makes your brain dead. I mean, you want food for your brain, you want to watch, some sort of documentary or something informative, not crap like EastEnders or Big Brother.
I know. Well, you know what? That's actually not true. I mean, if you've spent your whole day with your brain ticking over, you want it to stop. You just want it to stop right there. And so documentaries, you think, oh, no, I can't be bothered with that. That's like work, that is. That's like going back to school. No, I completely understand.
This drama and this drama, I mean, if you want something like, I don't know, something like, I don't know, Agatha Christie or something like that, I mean, that's informative, that's interesting. But not EastEnders or, Coronation Street, it just makes your brain dead.
Well, yeah, I can't really comment because, I just I've never watched a single episode of either of those things all the way through, so I'm no judge.
I mean, I wonder, we always speak about politicians, but I wonder what politicians think about us as a society, because look at the lot they've got to manage. I mean, just look around you when you're walking down the road at the people next to you. It really is getting...
Are you in a car, Craig?
No, I'm just standing on the road.
How are you listening to the radio when you're standing outside? How's that work?
I've got my phone on radio, and I'm talking to you through the hands-free.
That is the wonders of modern technology. I wouldn't even have any idea where to start. My phone has got a camera. I haven't even figured out how to do that yet. Yeah, occasionally I accidentally take a picture of myself while I'm trying to answer the phone. That's about as far as I've got.
But can I just ask you one question?
Go on.
What is this fascination with people who wear trousers that drag along the floor? I mean, I just can't understand it. I mean, it's just...
What, with their bums hanging out, you mean?
No, it's when their trousers are actually below the line of their shoes and they're dragging along the floor and getting wet in the rain and...
Right. I think they do it because it upsets grown-ups.
Well, he upsets me.
Yeah, there you go. Job done. Thanks a lot, Craig.
Okay.
Cheers. Ta-da. Yeah, I think that they look stupid, but then all teenagers look stupid and always have done. I looked ridiculous when I was a teenager. I think I've got the pictures to prove it. Laugh out loud funny. I mean, that's because you have to look sillier than your parents. That's their job. And you have to you have to upset them. Which is why they're all walking around with their bums hanging out. Because it upsets grown-ups.
Is that why?
I'm sure it is. Well, no, the reason why is because they all think that being in prison is cool. Because that's what that whole look is. Because in America, well, as with here, but it started in America, when you go to prison, you get your belt taken off you.
Right.
And so your jeans hang down. And so kids, white suburban kids, wanted to look like black urban criminals in prison, because that's hard, right? It's cool, it's like tough. And so in prison, you haven't got a belt, and so your jeans hang down, and so that's the look that they wanted to, that's the look that the hip-hop stars got. And there's nothing that white middle-class kids want to look like more than black urban hip-hop stars. They all aspire to be gangstars.
Sounds like you've done your research.
Well, it's not really. Isn't that common knowledge?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a trend, but I didn't know where it come from.
It is a trend. That's why. It's a prison thing. That's why they're walking around with their arse hanging out. It's because that's what happens in prison.
Yeah, but, it must be so annoying walking along, though, and you have to keep, pulling them up
How do they keep them from falling down?
Yeah, that's a mystery to me. I've got no idea.
Keep them at the top of their thighs.
Yeah, it seems to go against physics.
Do you reckon they measure the exact height before they go out? There's like a rule book. The amount of pants.
Of cleavage you can show. As long as there's pantage there, it's not that upsetting. But as soon as you see, the Grand Canyon, then I start to raise a finger of objection. This is LBC 97.3. What's happening now is I'm Nick Abbott. I normally do Saturday nights 10 till 1, and I have been bussed in at short notice because Ian Lee is hobnobbing with the royal family of media in this country. Can you believe that he's hanging out with Posh and Bex? Incredible. He's gone to Los Angeles to hang out with David and Victoria. And we'll be back on Wednesday. Meanwhile, it's 8:45. Here's Travel with Will Gowan.
Thanks very much, and still big problems if you're heading out to the rails.
It's happening. It's wild. And it's now.
Groovy. Hello, Saha. Saha.
Yeah, that's right.
Saha.
That's right.
Saha. Hello, Saha.
I just wanted to talk. I wanted to respond to the guy who was speaking earlier about watching EastEnders and how it was rubbish and it made you brain dead.
Yeah.
I mean, and sometimes you're right. Sometimes you just want to be brain dead. You want to come home from work and you want to sit down and watch EastEnders. But also, the advantage of having something like Sky Plus is you can also record all the documentaries and watch them too when you're feeling brain dead.
Well, I record all the documentaries and then they fall off the end of Sky Plus because I fill it up with a lot of rubbish. Yeah.
That is true. But, I mean, sometimes you want to be brain dead. I also wanted to talk about the trouser thing. I'm at school. I teach in a school in Leighton, and lots of children, boys especially, walk around with their trousers just around their thighs, and it absolutely irritates me.
How do they keep them up, though? I mean, how do they walk? That's now I'm beginning to sound like my parents now. I don't really care, but they're only doing it to upset us, right?
I think that's right, because then they come in and I say you need to pull your trousers up before you sit down. Because I find it really offensive. Well, my worst fear would be that their trousers would fall down as they were walking past. But actually, some companies actually make trousers with some kind of two-waist device.
Huh?
So that the actual waist ties around your waist, basically, like a normal pair of trousers, and then they have a double waist that goes around your thighs.
Really?
Yeah. Actually, companies actually make that and sell them.
Isn't that cheating?
Yeah, it is cheating, but that's what kids like to do.
Yeah, please pull your trousers up before you sit down. I mean, for hygienic purposes.
Yeah.
Isn't that horrible?
I say that to them and they laugh and say, "Oh, miss, you're just so old. You just don't know anything."
And is it, at that point you duck and dodge the bullets?
It's my classroom, and you need to pull your trousers up.
Well, good luck with that attitude, Sarah.
Yeah, that's great.
Cheers.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Here is let's have Camberwell. Hello, Andrea. Normal click park call. What does that mean? Oh, much toing and froing in there. What does that mean? Normal click
your
park
system may have
call.
crashed. I'll pop it through.
Crashed? Yeah, go ahead.
There you are. You have to put the fader up there.
Hi.
Hello,
Nick?
Andrea.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm well. Are you well?
I am super. Thanks
You
for
sound
asking.
Wonderful, just as wonderful tonight and as you do on Saturdays. But anyway, I want to know if somebody could please tell me how the press, how the publicity campaigns, how the ad campaigns can justify role models with cigarettes in their hands. When they're banging on all the time about nicotine patches, and you see Robbie Williams with a cigarette in his hand, Sienna Miller, Kate Moss, Billy Piper, they've all got cigarettes in their hands.
They're not really role models, though, are they?
Well, people aspire to be actors, to be singers, to be film stars. Of course they are.
Yeah. But Kate Moss is, she's got a fag in one hand and her junkie boyfriend in the other.
Well, I mean, junkie boyfriend, yes, exactly. But I mean, if the government is spending money on trying to get people to quit cigarettes, how can they justify allowing editors to pass these photographs?
It doesn't look cool anymore. It really doesn't. People smoking a cigarette. It used to be the height of sophistication, and stars used to be photographed in films because it made them look cool. But now it just makes you look like, well, a bit pathetic, really.
Well, no, but I mean, in today's Light, the London Light, in the other days, Evening Standard, there was Kate Moss with a cigarette in her hand, and today it's Robbie Williams coming out of rehab with a cigarette.
I saw that, yeah.
I mean, I just think...
Mind you, the key there is he's coming out of rehab.
I just think it's ridiculous. I really do. I don't know how they justify that with all the money that's spent on NHS and trying to get people to stop smoking. I don't know who justifies it and how they can.
But it's not the government, you know. It's they're just they're just reporting the facts, ma'am.
Yes, of course they're reporting facts, but they should not be allowed to put those photographs in the papers. These people, the kids look up to these people and think, oh, well, you know, if they're smoking, then it's all right for me to do it.
Yeah, you got a good point there, Andrea.
Anyway, I'm banging on for nothing. I mean, what is this?
It's not going to make any difference, I know.
Absolutely bloody right. I just thought I'd just phone in and...
Every now and again you got to vent, don't you?
Do.
Yeah, let it out, Andrea.
Did I vent well, though?
Yeah, you did it really well.
Thank you.
All right, no worries.
Good luck with the programme.
Cheers.
Bye.
Ta-da, this is LBC 97.3.
Need car or van insurance for a few days?
You can talk to me.
So, the other person who, the screen, by the way, has gone into meltdown again. Whatever you did before didn't work. You're rubbish at this, Chris. You're a loser, baby, so why didn't I kill you?
Oh.
Yes?
Oh, what's going on?
Oh, no.
I thought I had it all under control.
Mm-hmm. Okay. See, Ian Lee wouldn't put up with this.
Oh, he's on the actual handset phone.
The what?
Who did you just put through?
Hey, Gary.
I think he's on here.
Okay, well, I'll put him on there.
Yeah, Gary's holding on the line for me.
Hang on a minute, Gary. You're working all right. It's just everything's here is screwed up, and it's not my fault. Hey, Gary. Hey, Gary. Gary, you're on the air, yes. How are you, Gary?
Right, yeah, hi, Nick. Just wanted to talk to you, mate. I last spoke to you, it was 12 and a bit years ago.
Oh, I remember it well.
I thought you probably would, but you wouldn't, but I do, and it's just at the time you were being really miserable, which is probably quite unusual for you.
Huh, me?
I thought I'd bring you up, and I told you 3 or 4 good things that were happening to me, and you very drollfully said, well, just because you're happy, why should I be happy with that? And I just kind of thought that several times. Anyway, I don't know what station you were working for at the time, but I have genuinely wanted to know what you're up to. The last little while I've heard you sort of doing some stand-ins at LBC, and then tonight, when you started talking about kids with their arse out of their trousers, I had to call because 12 years ago when I spoke to you, one of the happy things was the imminent birth of my son.
Oh, yeah.
Who's now 12.
Right.
He wants to be a gangster.
Of course he does.
Stuff's a rap star. And all this kind of stuff. And I just wanted to ring you and say, Glad I found you again, mate. And I shall check you out on Saturdays.
Yep, Saturday nights, 10 till 1, that's where you will normally find me. Put it in your diary, especially if you've got a radio one, all right?
Okay, mate.
Cheers, Gary.
And big up to Laura, who's listening, the rap star.
All right, yeah, big up yo mother. He should call his mother more often. Cheers, Gary. Ta-da.
Cheers, man.
Let's go with Jill in Forest Hill. Oh, no, I can't. Hey, are you all right there? You're looking very worried. Is everything going okay?
Oh, we're just fiddling a lot, that's all.
Fiddling about, like Uncle Ernie?
Yeah. Who?
Uncle Ernie.
No.
You know Uncle Ernie?
Rock and roll!
The Who, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, the Who, Uncle Ernie,
Yeah,
from Tommy.
I know the Who.
Keep up.
Oh.
Step into the 70s.
Really? Why, were they any good?
The 70s?
Yeah.
You're joking. They were quite easily the best decade for music in the history of the modern
music
art. Yeah, I know. I was trying to think of another word, but I couldn't. The 70s, they had everything. It started with the hippy-drippy, Jefferson Airplane and all of that stuff. And then it went through the super groups.
Yeah.
Like, Blind Faith, Derek and the Dominoes, Cream, that's a lot of Eric Clapton, I know, but, and so on. And then the big classic rock stars, Led Zepp, Deep Purple, Pink Floyd.
Yowza.
Do you know... Can I ask you what decade you were born?
I was born in 1960.
Okay. Are you familiar with a lot of music from the 50s?
No. I like it, but if you test me, I won't know the answer.
Well, that's the same for me.
Huh?
Well, because I was born in the 80s.
Yeah.
Early 80s.
Right.
Doesn't mean that I know, everything from every piece of music from the 70s.
Well, neither do I know everything from the 50s, but I know who did Rock Around the Clock. I mean, Tommy, The Who, that's one of the biggest albums of all time. Stupid.
Oh.
And I don't mean to be offensive when I say that. Here is Forest Hill. Hello, Jill.
Oh, hello. Listen, I don't want to be greedy, because I rang earlier, but I couldn't email you. Have a word with LBC management and get them to give you an email.
I don't read emails, Jill.
Oh, why can't you? I thought you could read.
I'm not aware that I actually have an email account here. Don't email me.
That's what I'm saying. They should get you one.
No,
anyway.
I don't want an email account because
Why
it'll be.
not?
It'll be I'll tell you exactly what it'll be. I'll come into the show on Saturday because I normally only do one show a week, and I'll open my email account, and there'll be 800 emails, none of which will be addressed to me, and they'll all be things like, has anybody got a charger for a Nokia phone? I'm telling you, it'll be all like that. And there's some sandwiches in reception. Do you want some? It'll be an email from last week. No, I don't.
We'll
I
have
don't
to be able
want
to
one.
text you.
No, I don't read texts either.
God.
It's a phone-in show, Jill.
Carrier pigeon?
Yeah, I will accept a carrier pigeon. Yes.
Anyway, just quickly onto the... before I do, that lady who rang earlier about the smoking models.
Yeah.
I think what they should have in order to put the youngsters off is to have scratch and sniff on their photos. So every time you see a picture, you can scratch it and smell sort of sweat and stale tobacco
Lovely.
and perfume. That would really tarnish their wonderful images.
And if it's Kate Moss, you'll be able to smell you'll be able to smell her junkie boyfriend all over her.
Yeah, and whatever she's been snorting, if there is a smell to that stuff. Anyway, I rang actually about Naomi Campbell. I don't know if you've seen the latest news that's just come out of...
Laugh out loud funny. Yeah, I can't wait to see pictures of that.
No, this is brilliant. Right, British supermodel Naomi Campbell has reportedly been made... she's going to reportedly be made to clean office floors in New York as part of her...
Yeah, it's worse than that. It's a government-owned warehouse. She'll be mopping floors. Yeah, in a penny. That's hilarious. It's like I said, I can't wait to see the pictures. The look on her face, I'm imagining it right now.
Oh, no, there should be a fantastic-looking clean on his please.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? It just looks so wonderful.
Just as long as she doesn't come around here trying to clean this studio. I'm trying to work. I'd like to live till 9 at the very least, I've got 25 seconds to go. I've got to go, Jill, but thanks a lot. All right, ta-da.
Bye.
This is LBC 97.3. Ready for the new news?
Hi, yeah.
It's just something intrinsically funny about Carol McGiffin. Well, you've got to have a laugh, ain't you? You are one funny chick.
What?
Ian Lee is away. I still can't believe this. How on earth did he get a job going and hanging out with David Beckham and Posh Spice? He is the luckiest man in the whole wide world, huh?
He's the cleaner, I think.
The cleaner. Do they know he's coming? Have they agreed to hang out with him, or did he just get a ticket and hope?
I think probably the latter.
And who's he doing that for, by the way?
I don't know, actually. Chris will have to...
Yeah, Chris is out there getting provisions. But I don't think those two talk to each other, because every time I ask Chris about Ian, he's like, well, I don't know. He shrugs his shoulders like they've never met.
Yeah, he doesn't tell us anything.
You're, for the man who's running the levels, you're very quiet. Are you just shy?
I've just softly spoken.
Well, speak up, boy.
Speak up.
Here is Surrey. Hello, Caroline.
Hi.
Caroline.
I'm a first-time caller. And I only tuned in about 20 minutes ago, but you seem to be talking about the boys' fashion. With the
yeah, I briefly mentioned it, yeah.
I found out last week, because there was a little gang hanging around where I was waiting for a train, and a girlfriend told me that in prison, that kind of means you're up for it and ready.
No, it doesn't. It just means they've taken your belt away.
No, apparently not. This is from, like, boys in prison. And that's what they reckon it is. And I thought, do these young kids know that? I'm sure they wouldn't wear it like that if they knew that.
I don't think that's true. I mean, how old were these kids?
Oh, 16, 17.
Right, so they don't have any experience of prison then?
Probably not, but I suppose they think they do.
Yeah. No, I don't think... And the
You really
girls...
don't think that?
The girls said that.
Oh, did she?
No, I'm asking you. The girls said
Yeah,
that.
she knew someone who had been in prison.
Right.
And that's what... Because she was having a conversation with these jeans, it's terrible. And he goes, I don't think they know what it's about.
No, I would...
I thought maybe if they got that in the press, they might stop.
Yeah, well, they're bound to think of something else quite soon, because they've been doing that for a very long time.
Yeah, it's getting a bit boring.
And after adults stop being upset, then they'll have to go with something else.
And I just feel sorry for the teenage girls who are dating these boys, because I don't think it particularly looks attractive. I'd sooner see a nice bum in a nice pair of jeans than just their underpants.
Well, it's I'll leave you alone with your thoughts.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Caroline.
Bye.
Ta-da. Hey, here comes Chris with a nice cup of tea. So, what TV company is he doing this for, Ian?
I think it's Sky.
Really?
I think. Don't quote me.
Well, you just said it on the air, you fool. And how on earth did he get a job like that? Everybody in the whole wide world must want to go and hang out with Posh and Bex. Yes?
Yeah. I don't.
Don't you? Well, you're a strange sort of a fellow, though, aren't you?
Well, it would just make you really jealous, wouldn't it?
Oh, you mean they would?
Yeah, their lifestyle, you know...
Yeah, but if you could hang out and become one of their chums, then they'd be forever inviting you out. You'd be over at Elton's place before you knew it.
Oh, wicked.
You could be, selecting music. You'd be running around saying...
Where the hell are my Judy Garland records, damn it?
Wouldn't that be great?
I'll think about it.
Yeah. Here is Barking. Hello, Jason.
Hello.
Jason.
Yeah, I was a bit confused there. I didn't get through to Chris.
All right, I'll put you through to him if you want.
No, it's all right.
Okay.
About the caller you just had on about the jeans, why they wear them so low.
Yeah.
Batty low riders, they're called, don't they, or something?
I've no idea.
Yeah, there's something like that. Anyway, I think she was right on the prison part of it, but it's not because they're up for it. It's basically they've they're not allowed belts or anything like that.
Yeah, I said all that. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, and it's prison. Well, I've only just turned on the radio, so I just heard her saying that.
Oh, the stuff you've missed, Jason.
No, but yeah, I think that is the actual reason. Because
because it's a hard
it's not
thing
made to measure stuff, is it?
No, it's considered hard and cool to be in prison, and all the kids want to be hard and cool. Yeah, and so that's the way they do it right now. Shortly they'll be being hard and cool by shooting you. There's something to look forward to, eh?
Well, yeah. If you want to look at it like that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, there's another reason to be depressed. Reasons to be depressed, part 3. Thanks, Jason. But in less than 30 years, no one's going to be here anyway. I keep mentioning this, and no one's even asked me about this.
What?
I just keep saying, in 2036, I've been saying this for about 2 hours now, and every time I do it, it's received with absolutely no interest whatsoever, as though you're not going to be here when it happens. In 2036... all of this, everything you see around you, kaput. No more. Gone. History. Vamoose. Like a South American dictator, disparu.
Where's it going?
Into dust, mate.
How come?
Oh, now you're interested.
Well, I didn't hear you mention it earlier.
Have you listened to this show?
No.
Here's one in Greenwich. Hello, Sarah.
Hello, how are you?
Sarah, I'm all right, thanks.
Good. Yeah, I haven't got a belt on me right now. That's a bit depressing.
Is your, hanging out?
No, it isn't.
Right, okay.
No. But it's got nothing to do with what that woman did. It's to do with, they're not allowed belts in prison.
Yeah.
Because they hang themselves. Yeah. TV presenters.
TV presenters.
I think Russell Brand is good, but...
You cut out for a second there. Who?
Oh, sorry, Russell Brand.
You think Russell Brand is good?
I think he's good, but did you see him on the Abbey? The one about a load of people going into rehab.
No.
I think it was a really good comedy, and he's a really good actor, as well as being a TV presenter.
Right. Has he said anything funny yet?
No.
Huh?
Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still there. What did you say? What?
Never mind. I cut out too. Everyone's cutting out. It's it's a problem over here.
Why
don't
is the
worry.
world going to end? Tell me. I'm a bit worried now.
It's called a teaser. I'll tell you in a minute. All right.
All right, bye.
Don't make any long-term plans. Here's one in Earl's Court. Hello, Camilla.
Hello.
Blimey, you're loud.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm American. That happens.
Don't say things like that.
Even though I've been here 25 years nearly, I still have a big American mouth.
Well, there's just a smidgen of an accent.
Oh, well, I don't know. It's a mixed bag. But I came over here very happy to be in jolly old England when it was kind, not greedy. I have just found all the things I wanted to leave the United States following me here. It leaves me very confused. I think I want to run off somewhere in the Himalayas and change my name to Id or something. I don't know.
Go to France, because they're putting up resistance to the Americanization of their culture. We have embraced it wholeheartedly.
British have forgotten it, although my ancestors come from here, but still, as they'll do. My big bone of contention is, say, for example, I won't mention any of the credit card companies, but all of them do that here. It's against the law in the United States, and I believe it's against the law in the EU.
What is?
Which is cash takes 3 to 4 to 5 working days to clear. I have a problem with that.
Yeah,
for
me
example,
too.
if you take your money cash, which on the note says the Bank of England promises to pay the bearer on demand, right? And you go there with your cash. I have, for example, I can tell you 3 very quickly without mentioning the names. I have one credit card due on the 29th, but I have to pay it by the 22nd. Another one due April 2nd, due by the 26th. This is cash, has to be there. Another one, March 30th, has to be there by the March 30th has to be there by the 23rd.
Well, if it was actual cash that you were paying into a bank that wasn't part of the organisation that runs your
part of one.
Well, no, if it wasn't, then I can understand that they could say, oh, well, we've got to ship it over and blah and so forth. But that's not how finance works now.
No.
It's all computer controlled. You don't even have to press a button. It's just computer controlled. And the money goes, Camilla, the money goes like that.
Yeah. Do you know what I was told by the OFT, Office of Fair Trade? She said she thought, and I thought, God, I wish I had it recorded. She said, well, I think they put the money on the stock exchange. It actually is kind of, when you think about it, nobody goes to a restaurant and pays 5 days in advance. They say, well, we have to have this money clear, and you can come back and have your meal.
Yeah.
They don't do that, do they?
No.
And I thought, teach the banks a good lesson if everyone, just for a day or two, just decided to take the money out and say, well, hang on a minute, we're the customers, and we don't like not only the overcharges. There was some guy, I can't remember his name, Steve something other, took it to high courts about the overcharges for banks, as you know. Now you can go up on the internet and you can recoup 6 years of overcharges.
Isn't that great? I'm thinking of doing it. I probably won't, but I'll think about it.
I want to take it a step further, which it shouldn't be. I should be able to. It's actually, and I'm not the only one. This is why people are in such bad credit in this country. I went in there several times naively thinking, well, if I go in there 3 days beforehand with cash, they stamp it, it should clear. Nobody said in the back that it takes cash. They say transitions. They word it in a kind of what you call purple language, kind of not clear. Cash shouldn't take that length of time to clear. I personally would like to follow the cameras to see where that cash goes. I think it goes into their little hands, and they got billions of pounds of interest on that. And they can play around with it. And a friend of mine in America said, well, why don't you get a piece of paper saying, well, I didn't actually give you authorization to borrow my money for 5 days. Where's that money going?
Well, you know what? If you if you worked at it, you could be one of these people that saves us all a giant amount of money and screws the banks over. Like this guy that started this whole thing with the overdraft charges.
Yeah. Follow the pound.
Yeah, and the best of luck, Camilla. By this time next year, you could be a millionaire.
I just want everyone to be happy. Everyone take your money out of the bank for 1 day and see how they feel. And in fact, one of them the other day said, have a nice day. And I said, did you say that? That's an Americanism. I'm uncomfortable with that. Or were you trained to? And she turned beet red in the face, and she said, well, it's customers we're thinking of, and they all seem to be terribly nervous. People are walking out of banks, effing and blinding. And I just hope that the little guy realizes that little guys times millions can do something about it.
Yeah, you're right. Listen, Camilla,
I should not take 5 days to clear.
Correct. I'm past the break, but I've got to go. But thanks for calling. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
And you come back, you hear?
Thank you. No, I'm living here. I'm not going in. Can I bother you again?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
On another day, all right.
Thank you very
Ta-ra.
much. Bye.
No, she's right about that. And your money disappears into a black hole between you paying it and them getting it. The money will go out of your bank account, and it will take 5 working days for it to appear in wherever you're sending it. Of course, it doesn't take that long. It takes a billionth of a second. They can switch it over like that, but they don't. And so all of this money that is being sloshed around between one account and another in this country or in the world at any one time amounts to trillions of pounds. And during those 5 days, it's not yours, it's theirs.
I thought it's no one's.
So, yeah, but, well, it's not actually theirs, but they're using it. And so they have, of course, the money doesn't, say, for instance, I better get into this after we go to the travel, because the nice man's waiting to give us the travel.
All right.
And this is too complicated for me to sum up in the next 30 seconds. It's 9:16, his travel with Will Gowing.
Thanks very much. Well, tonight, if you're planning to...
I can't tell you because I don't know myself.
Do you fancy seeing the latest films for free?
Yeah, go on, then.
It'd be crazy to say no. Well, you can with LBC 97.3 Film Club in association with Cineworld Cinemas. It's a club that doesn't cost anything to join, and you can do it on our website. And join, and you'll see the best new movies in town before anybody else gets to see them. And there's a lot of good things coming out.
Is there?
Yeah, I have to say that there's not a tremendous amount that makes you want to rush out to the cinema right now. But shortly, oh yeah. So, all you have to do is log on to lbc.co.uk, join the LBC Listener Club, and once you're a member, you can click to request your tickets. Easy peasy, right?
Yep.
That's the LBC 97.3 Film Club in association with Cineworld Cinemas. You can sign up right now, lbc.co.uk. So, what she was saying is absolutely right, and saying about the time it takes between you telling the bank to, because if you, I do all my banking online now.
Me too.
So, And the bank's computers are not so slow that it will take it 5 days to switch the money. Neither is your money being kept in a box out the back that they have to go and take the exact amount out and go and put it in another box. It all just goes like that. So they've got your money for 5 days. Now, that might not seem like a lot in the great scheme of things, but they've got everyone's money for 5 days.
Yeah.
And these 5 days aren't all the same 5 days. They're spread throughout the year in perpetuity.
Do you know what I reckon? I reckon it's passing through an ISA, a high-interest earning account, for 5 days, and then coming out the other end, and they keep the interest.
No, probably not.
Oh.
But it's this giant amount of money that is always more or less the same, so they can play with it, at their leisure. And that's how they're earning all this gigantic sum of money that they're then splitting up amongst the directors of the banks, and this is why they're all earning £50 million as a bonus. Not all of them, of course. Some are only earning £1 million as a bonus. But it's an absolute blooming outrage, and it leads me to believe that the entire square mile is utterly crooked from top to bottom. Is that an outrageous thing to say?
A little bit. That's what I just said, though.
It didn't sound like what you just said.
All right. So how are they earning these big profits then?
By playing with the...
Playing how, though?
If I knew that, then I wouldn't be sitting here, would I? I'd be behind security gates in my mansion in Surrey.
Fair point.
Asking the neighbours to turn the music down.
Your rock and roll neighbours?
Yeah, it's upsetting my horses.
Who are 2 miles away.
But she could be like this guy here, Stephen Hone. It's his fault that the banks are going to lose £10 billion.
It's his fault?
He's the bloke, a former law student, whose rebellion against overdraft charges is set to cost banks £10 billion. If only I could get off my wobbly bottom and look at my bank charges, because I've got all of the statements going back, well, since I was a student. I find it impossible to throw stuff away. And so I've got no end of statements and charges, and if I just went back through all of that stuff, well, probably be able to retire the amount of money I've given them over the years. But, it's like one of those things I just can't be bothered.
Yeah, do it tomorrow, innit?
Pathetic. Anyway, this guy, who could be bothered, has revolutionised banking. Good for him. And that nice lady that called, she should do exactly the same, and that will stop them screwing us over, telling us that it takes 5 days to change money from one account to the next, which is patently silly. Here's one in New Addington. Hello, Justin.
Good evening, mate. How you doing? You all right?
All right, thanks.
So, well, there's a few things, actually. First one, the conversation about the baggy jeans.
Yeah.
There's actually 2 meanings.
Go on.
One meaning is like the gangster in prison.
Yo, yo.
And the second one was in the 70s and 80s is when the days of the young rent boys at the Piccadilly used to expose themselves. It was their little clue of telling people they was available.
What, their underwear was on show?
Yep.
It's a bit more of a clue, isn't it? I've never heard of such a thing.
You've never heard of it?
No.
I did it through psychologically and through my job and everything else like that, and that's where we moved it back to. You know what I mean? But I don't know, I think, and if you've got baggy trousers, just tie them up and put a belt around it.
Yeah. Do us all a
I have
favour.
a question about credit cards. I don't have no credit cards.
You don't have any credit cards?
No, all I've got is a little debit card, and basically with a debit card, if you've got money, you can spend it. If you ain't, you ain't. So I can account for every single penny that I spend.
Do you have any consumable goods in the house, or is it completely bare?
Oh, no, I've still got stuff in the house.
Have you?
But don't get me wrong, my bank still give me my charges if a direct debit doesn't go.
Yeah.
£39 a time.
Not anymore, mate.
Isn't it?
Stand up for your rights.
I think I will do. Have a good evening. Thank you very much.
All right, I'm beginning to help people. Hey, Anna, I'm helping people. Here is Waterford. Hello, Andy.
Hello, mate. How are you?
I'm all right, thanks.
So this bloke is going to do something with banking, and the banks are going to lose 10 million?
Well, according to I guess this looks like the Mail, maybe, £10 billion. If we all got up and complained, then that's the amount that they would lose.
That is fantastic.
Wouldn't that be great?
It couldn't happen to nicer people.
Exactly.
At risk of turning this into an Esther Ranton type show, do you mind if I tell you a very concise little banking story?
Okay, then.
It won't, honestly, it won't take very long.
All right.
No, quicker than that, longer than that. This business about a cheque taking 4 or 5 working days to clear, right?
Yeah.
Until recently, I had 2 bank accounts. I have one that I use and one that I hadn't used for ages, and it was overdrawn by about £1,000. So they kept moaning at me to pay it off. So eventually I went in there and I said, right, here's a cheque for £1,000 from another bank to pay off my overdraft and close the account. So I gave them the cheque, and the very next day I went into my current bank and had a look at the statement, and guess what?
What?
That cheque had cleared in a day.
Yeah.
Now, it's funny that, isn't it? Because when I want to clear a cheque in a day, I can't.
Oh, they'll disappear it from your account straight away. They just won't give it you back.
But it had gone from my account into the other bank's account and paid off my overdraft in a day. Because, obviously, between the 2 banks, they obviously had a chat with each other and said, give us his money quick.
They did not.
Oh, I think they did.
Give us his money quick. What, like they were desperate?
I don't know, because I couldn't understand how that cheque cleared in a day.
It's a miracle.
It is.
Maybe the gas bill had come in the other bank and they were really desperate.
Yeah, and the bailiffs knocking at the door.
Yeah. Well, people have started doing that. Somebody had a beef with Tesco's.
Yeah.
They put dodgy petrol in their car, not this time around, but this was a few years ago, and there was some water in petrol. And so they filled their van up, and of course the engine broke down, and they said, right, well, can you fix my van, please? And Tesco said, no, we won't do that. And he said, oh, go on. And they gave him a small amount of money, but not enough to actually fix the van. And so he said, right, well, I'll take you to court then.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, yeah, you and whose army? Something along those lines. And so he did take them to court, and the bailiffs went round and seized 60 grand's worth of alcohol in Tesco's. And then they paid.
Yeah, excellent.
But sorry, mate, to interrupt you, but somebody also did that to a bank as well. They had a beef with their banking charges, and bailiffs went into a bank and seized tills. Isn't that great?
It is, and I think what bailiffs will often do, bailiffs will come into your house. If you owe someone £1,000, they'll come into your house and they'll say, that leather settee there, look, we'll only get 20 quid for that, so we'll have that. And that flat screen telly, look, we'll only get 50 quid for that. So they take everything because they decide how much it's worth. So they could clean the bank out, couldn't they?
Yeah, but they were taking actual tills of money. And so
tills with money in it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Ah, excellent.
I know, the worm has turned. We're beginning to fight back. Feels good, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Tell me this, Nick.
Go on.
30 years thing.
Yeah.
In 30 years' time, right, I'm going to retire. My mortgage will be paid off.
Yeah.
I'll be happy as Larry, then the world's going to bloody end.
Yeah, I know.
Just a bit of my luck, Dave.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, Andy.
But how is the world going to end, and why? Why does it have to happen then?
Yeah, I know. Well, that's life. Get used to it. Yeah. Because there's not much of it left. Take a deep breath. There you go. Hold it. This is LBC 97.3. I'll tell you how the world is going to end as we come back.
Nobody likes wasting money.
Tomorrow is going to be even nicer than today, because in the morning it was lovely and sunny and beautiful and calm and super mild. And tomorrow is going to be even nicer. The sun has got its hat on. Everybody.
Hip, 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 hooray.
That was weak.
Hip, hip,
You're not even trying.
That was 3 hips.
The sun has got his hat on and is coming out to stay.
Oh, play, I thought it was.
Stay.
He's coming out to play.
Play. Like I said, play.
Yeah.
I've noticed you've been singing a lot recently. Is this due to eating meat? Benefits of meat.
Yeah, that must be what it is, yes. I'm feeling replete with meat. It's in me and it has to come out. And it's all thanks to global warming.
Thank you.
Thank you, global warming. Doing a tremendous job.
Is that what's going to kill us as well in 30 years' time?
No. Nothing so mild as global warming, no. It's going to be much more violent than that. Here's one in Hatfield. Hello, Kaiser. Hello. Kaiser?
Yeah, that's my name.
Right. Don't wear it out. Yes.
No, I just want to give my opinion on this baggy bottom thing. I don't wear baggy jeans, but I do wear ski pants and sort of dungaree bottoms, and I do wear them quite low. I don't want to be a gangster, and it's nothing to do with my sexual orientation. It's simply a style of dress. You know, some people, they wear cardigans and they wear cords. You know, I don't come on the radio telling them, you know, why they're wearing them, or they wear tight jeans. You know, I would never wear tight jeans, but I'm not going to, you know, slag someone off or try and stereotype someone, put them in a box because they're wearing tight jeans. It's simply a style of dress. You know, if I like, let's say I'm wearing my ski bottoms, and then I wore them a bit like, I wore them up to my waist like everybody says you should, it wouldn't have the same look, and I wouldn't feel comfortable. And I actually wonder, when I look at people wearing their jeans to waist, I actually wonder why they're wearing them so high. So it's just a style of dress, and yeah, that was my opinion, really.
Kaiser?
Yeah.
Ski trousers?
Well, they're like ski pants. They're quite thick. They're very baggy. You can get them from the big shop.
Oh, the big shops. Oh, well, you should have said. Ski pants from the big shop.
Yeah.
Right, okay, I'll check them out. Thanks, dude.
And one more thing, Nick.
Yes?
You know, I've done a bit of Bird as well, and, you know, people have, like, made a few comments about being in jail. Well, when I was in jail, there was no one inside who thought it was tough and cool. They're all very, very sad people that very sorry they got caught. Every single one of them was missing, taking a local trip down to the newsagents, missing women, missing food, and no one thought it was tough or cool in there. And, you know, a lady phoned up and she made a comment about, you know, you must be up for it. Well, anyone who was up for it in jail, they actually get segregated into a separate wing, along with the paedophiles, rapists, the people. I've got nothing against homosexuals, but if you are that way inclined, it's a very threatening place to be in jail.
Yeah, like professional football. Yeah, thanks a lot, Kaiser. Cheers, mate. He did Bird.
I think maybe we should start a trend where we pull our trousers right up.
Yeah.
Like, underneath our moobs.
Your moobs.
Like old men.
Well, like Simon Cowell. Yes. So, but at that point, you would be strangling yourself, you know, down there.
Just get clown trousers.
I suppose so, yeah, good idea. Well, maybe, what do you call those things? Braces. Maybe braces will come back.
Maybe.
Because then you don't need belts.
That's true. Well, yeah, you do.
Huh?
Because you attach it onto your belt, don't you?
You can't wear belts and braces.
You can.
Well, you should.
I thought the clips on braces actually attach onto.
No, but thanks for playing.
Oh.
One does not wear belts and braces. That's simply not the done thing.
But someone does.
I mean, how desperate are you to keep your trousers up?
I don't know.
Well, think.
Okay.
Okay, here is the bad news. Are you ready?
Go on then.
We're going to die from an asteroid explosion in 29 years.
Oh, no.
That's right. A huge asteroid hurtles in from outer space to devastate the Earth, an unstoppable force of nature from which there is no escape. Just such a catastrophe is thought to have killed off the dinosaurs, and according to most experts, it's only a matter of time before a similar fate befalls the human race.
Right.
Totally not interested.
Well, it depends how big the asteroid is. How big's huge? Massive.
But perhaps not all hope is lost, says this article.
Oh, yeah.
Hundreds of scientists, from nuclear weapons engineers to planetary experts, are gathering in Washington this week to try to develop a master plan to protect the Earth from such an asteroid. The government is going to come to our rescue.
They should watch those films.
The guy with the vest.
Yeah.
Many smaller objects around the Earth's orbit break up when they reach the atmosphere, with no impact beyond a short fireworks display. An NEO, a near-Earth object, wider than 1 kilometre, however. How wide's a kilometre? I can think of... I only think miles. How many miles is a kilometre?
It's
about half?
No, it's
just over.
It's just over a mile, isn't it?
No, it's just over half a mile.
Oh yeah, it's shorter than a mile, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
Just shut up, Chris.
Okay. You asked. You asked.
Well, yeah, I asked the room. I think I'll go with Alex. An NEO, a near-Earth object wider than 1 kilometre, i.e., approximately, Alex?
1 kilometre.
Back to me.
Yeah, okay, Chris, you pick this one up. 1 kilometre equals?
Oh, I want a new question.
Oh, Struth, you are rubbish, you two. Does Ian put up with this kind of behaviour?
Not really.
This is why he's left. He just couldn't stand it anymore. He's not coming back.
Oh, is that what you said?
It's about half a mile. I'll just hazard a wild stab in the dark. Isn't 60 miles an hour 100 kilometres? Something like that. So it's just over half a mile. Work that out in your head. In fact, don't. Stop right there.
A mile, we'll say.
Alex, he's looking at you.
Just keep staring out the window, and in your mind, like in your face, looks attentive, as though you're actually paying attention and thinking things through. But in your mind, it's going la 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 la. You're mentally skipping through fields of daisies. La la la. You're thinking.
Yeah.
I don't mean that to be offensive.
Oh no, I like daisies.
An NEO, near-Earth object wider than 1 kilometre, i.e.
half a mile.
And a bit.
If it collides with the Earth, will collide with the Earth every few 100,000 years, and we're way overdue. An NEO, near-Earth object larger than 6 kilometres, or about 3 miles wide, will collide with the Earth every 100 million years, and we're long overdue for one of those as well.
Excellent.
All eyes, for the moment, are on the Apophis, a 390-metre wide asteroid discovered in 2004, which has an outside chance of hitting the Earth in 2036. Less than 30 years away.
Brilliant.
If struck, Apophis would release more than 100,000 times the energy released in the nuclear blast over Hiroshima. 100,000 times.
Do they know which side of the Earth it's going to hit?
Yes, they do.
Oh, yeah.
The whole planet would see, it doesn't really matter, the whole planet would see the effects of dust released into the atmosphere. There would be dark skies for a year or more. In other words, all vegetation would die.
Right.
And then what are you going to eat? They'd die too. Oh, the little moo cows would die, Chris.
Well,
totally don't care.
Isn't probably the safest place to be is like under the sea, isn't it?
And how are you going to breathe there?
Well, in a submarine.
Oh, a submarine. Oh, well, you should have said. I'll join you in yours, okay?
Yeah.
Is it yellow?
It's. This is what I have to work with. Isn't it awful, Alex? Crops worldwide would be destroyed. Aside from unveiling new technology plans, this meeting of scientists and government officials will also play host to psychologists weighing in with ideas on how to break the news to us that we're all going to die. It's happened before, actually. They thought that we might get hit before, and they didn't tell us.
When was that?
You aware of this?
No.
It's like a movie script. Al Harrison, a social psychologist at the University of California, says that a near-Earth object collision would present unique problems for the authorities. There would be significant warning time. In other words, we'd know we were going to die plenty of time before it actually happened. Because they're tracking this thing, this Apophis thing. But this is an asteroid that goes around and around in an identifiable orbit, presumably, and it gets nearer and nearer every time it comes around.
Mm.
Well, I mean, space is infinite. There could be something absolutely gigantic heading our way. We've got no idea.
There could even be another asteroid heading for that asteroid, which would knock it off.
What, like Paul?
Yeah, like Paul.
Knock it into the pocket?
Yeah. Knock it off course.
The potential for extensive damage... where are we? The critical question psychologists will address is whether details of an impending impact should be kept secret to avoid widespread panic. In December 2004, for example, scientists calculated that if Apophis were to hit us, it would land somewhere along a line that crossed Central Europe. So it's been this way before, and they thought that it was going to land, like, right here. Parts of the Middle East, the most populated district on the Earth, would also get hit, and out across the Philippines. At the time, the information was kept secret, and many scientists agreed it was the right thing to do. This psychologist said the perception that members of the public would immediately panic about an impending impact has no support from studies of social psychology. If risk communication is done poorly, people may become unduly alarmed. They may lose faith in the veracity of official statements, they may misunderstand what's being communicated, and they may ignore important warnings, like, you're all going to die, that sort of thing.
Do you reckon the scientists are allowed to tell their family and friends?
Presumably, yeah. Well, what are you going to tell them?
Well, yeah, you're going to die. But,
yeah.
You know, so enjoy your do whatever you want to do before you die now.
Make sure you watch that 24 boxed set this weekend.
Yeah.
Here's how they're going to stop it happening. There's 5 different ways. You ready?
Yeah.
They may fire a missile at it. The idea would be that the impact would blow the asteroid off course, or even destroy it. However, if it blew up into lots of different bits, then they would be showered with the things.
That's true.
Depends how far out you fired it, I guess.
How far out?
Groovy.
Or they could explode a nuclear bomb next to it and use the force of a nuclear explosion at the optimum point in the asteroid's orbit to deflect it. Now, they tried all this with Star Wars, right? And they couldn't get that going, so how are they going to manage that?
I know. Someone's going to have to take that bomb up there, aren't they?
And where's the man in the vest when we need him the most? Or they could land an asteroid tugboat on it. This is what they're coming up with.
What's that?
A small spacecraft with a large engine could land on one of the asteroid's poles and tug it out of our orbit. Oh, come on. Or they could vaporize it with, and I'm going to waggle my fingers in the air as I say this to denote inverted commas, lasers.
Do lasers work?
Only in CD machines. They're going to vaporize it with the lasers. But best of all, they're going to attach a sail to it.
Oh, that's nice.
Attach a large sail to the asteroid, which will... and the winds from the sun will blow it off course. This is what they're coming up with.
There are no winds in space, though.
Solar wind.
What?
Solar wind.
That doesn't exist, does it?
Yeah.
That's not an actual wind, though, is it?
Oh.
In space, no one can hear you break wind.
You know, whatever they'll do, they'll buff it up.
Well, it's almost certainly, yes. We're doomed. It's 9:46. There's not much time left, and here's travel with Will Gowing.
Thanks very much, and if you've been following the headlines this evening...
Boy working with people.
Hey, Joan.
Hello, Nick.
Joan.
I'm so happy.
Are you?
Well, I don't have to worry about global warming anymore.
I know. That, the asteroid that's going to kill us all sort of puts that leaving your TV on standby into perspective, doesn't it?
Well, I don't have a TV, as you know.
As I know?
As you know.
What, like, because I'm psychic?
No, well, I did tell you once.
Oh,
I
yeah.
needed to tell you a few more times.
Yeah, like every time.
Yes, I don't have TV. But no, isn't that good? So, you know, we don't have to waste any more time and money or anything.
Well, if we're certain of it, of our imminent demise, then yes, we could all take our clothes off and leap into a great big writhing pile. Yes.
Oh, is that what you had in mind?
I'll be over in 15 minutes. But we can't be certain. We can't be certain of it, of course.
Oh, crumbs. Well, couldn't it be a bit more certain?
Well, I wish they'd let us know.
You know, it reminds me of my childhood, this. I think there were 3 threats of imminent end of world, all within about a year. I can remember it. Yes, the world's going to end on Friday. Didn't end on Friday. Oh, well, it's going to end on next Thursday. But what is this business? Who does it all? Who gets us all wound up?
Well, me at the moment.
Yeah, you're doing it. But I think they had it in the papers as well, so maybe you're not totally responsible.
Yeah, it was The Guardian I read that from.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh.
It's, normally I pick up The Guardian, and there's only one thought on my mind.
Boring!
But this time, it's too scary to be boring.
Is it scary?
What, the death of everything? Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
The thing is, I mean, are you going to die anyway?
Well, you know, as long as... yes, eventually,
Yes. Am I going to die anyway? Yes.
Yes.
Are we all going to die anyway?
Oh, talk about bringing us down, Joan.
No, I'm saying, forget asteroids, forget global warming or any other blooming thing. We're all going to die. That's the natural part of life, isn't it?
It's the only thing we can be certain of, yes.
Yes. So why do we worry about how we're going to die?
I think, wouldn't it? Yes, I think it would be an excellent way to go, as long as you had a ringside seat to see the thing coming in. Because talk about a special effect, wouldn't that be fantastic?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, ringside seat. Perhaps I could get the dome ready or something. Something big.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it still won't be ready. Neither will Wembley, by the way.
Oh, no. No, I mean, I've lost count on the Wembley. I mean, does anybody know?
Yeah, I think they're going to be ready for George Michael. Muse are very upset. They thought they were going to be first in, and George Michael has got in front of them.
Oh, really?
Or behind them, or wherever that works.
Yes. Well, that's not going to do anything for me, actually.
No.
No, that's not impressed me.
No, raucous, modern music. Awful.
Oh, no. Not that. Hey, have you noticed how they seem to call a lot of things rock these days?
In what sense?
Well, I thought rock was in the 60s.
No, that was, well, in the 50s it was rock and roll, then it just became
50s, yeah,
rock.
50s, that was rock, wasn't it? And then they started calling other music rock. And
yeah.
I don't know, what is rock then?
That's rock.
Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? That's rock too. I think that's yodeling.
That is yodel-odel-hee-hooing, yes.
Can you yodel?
Absolutely. How can a human being do that? Unbelievable.
It's a lovely way to end your programme.
Isn't it just?
I like that.
Unfortunately, there's a whole 7 minutes to go. Thanks a lot, Joan.
Do it again more.
All right, I'll do that. Cheers.
All right, bye-bye now.
Ta-ta. Here is, hi Wickham. Oh, Edwina.
Hi, Nick.
Edwina.
The article you just read out from The Guardian, Re the Asteroid.
Yeah.
What interests me is that these scientists really get us confused because in recent weeks, scientists, you know this theory that an asteroid millions of years ago destroyed the dinosaurs.
Mm.
Well, these scientists have gone all over and actually have said there is absolutely no evidence that the dinosaurs were wiped out an asteroid hitting the Earth. What they're saying is that it was a massive volcanic eruptions that were occurring millions of years ago that caused, the clouds to blocked out the sun, etc.
Yeah.
Therefore, the dinosaurs, died out.
I think if they were honest, that they'll say, well, you know what, we just don't know.
We just don't know. So, these scientists, they never give their names to stamp these theories or really produce the evidence. And it's really scaremongering, really, at the end of the day. And I think we humans, we're pretty resourceful, aren't we? We sort of manage to survive, or we go and search out other planets as they're doing now.
Yeah, we'll do that straight away.
Yeah.
As soon as we see the asteroid coming, we'll relocate to Mars.
Before then. But, what I'm really getting at is that these theories about asteroids, no one can, in black and white, sort of say exactly what's going to happen. It's all theory, supposition.
Yeah.
Yeah, guesswork.
So why even get upset about it now?
Exactly. Just live.
I'm not really getting upset about it. It just killed about 20 minutes, that's all.
Yeah. Okay, take care.
Thanks, Edwina. Ta-da. This is LBC. What's happening is that Ian Lee is incredibly, no one can believe it, has been invited to Los Angeles itself to hang out with David Beckham and Victoria Beckham, I suppose. Is exactly who that is. He's at this moment shouting through the gates, asking to be let in. And they're saying, well, you'll just have to talk to our people. They're saying, our people will talk to you. He having no people.
I'm not his people.
No, I didn't mean here. Oh, never mind.
Oh.
Never mind.
Okay.
Useless boy. Now I know how Captain Mannering felt. This is LBC.
2 years is a long time.
So there is one name that I haven't mentioned in this Celebrity Mother of the Year thing, which I've been banging on about every now and again.
They probably know who the winner is now, don't they?
Well, yeah, I'm keen to find out. Well, not really, but
right.
I'm keen to find out that it isn't Kate Moss, because that would just be really upsetting. Celebrity Mother of the Year. And the one name... OK, so far we've got Jade Goody, Kate Moss and Heather McCartney heading this list, and then someone called Tess Daly. I've got no idea who that is. You said that she does some vapid television programme.
I'm guessing she would be the best mother because she only is on TV once a week.
And then there's Fern Britton, another one that I've got. Who is that?
From this morning. Philip and Fern.
Who?
Philip and Fern.
Philip and Fern?
Yeah. Do you not watch daytime telly?
Well, no. After I get upset by BBC Breakfast News, I have to turn it off for a few hours and calm down. So that's who that is.
Take the porridge off the wall.
Yeah, that's right. Speaking of which, shall I end on something really deeply unpleasant?
Go on, Em. Wasn't the asteroid unpleasant enough?
Oh, no, this is worse.
Okay.
Never mind about the death of everything that, as we know it. Clive Bull, by the way, is coming up after the new news. And I'll be back tomorrow sitting in for Ian, as I will be until Wednesday when he's back. Students at Cambridge are drinking so much that they are putting the health of university staff at risk. Not themselves, the staff.
What?
Porters at one college are being vaccinated against hepatitis B as they spend so much time cleaning up vomit. In an email to the college, President of the college union says these issues have occurred before, but never as frequently as this. There have been cases of sinks becoming blocked and walls and floors being covered. It has to be cleaned by contract cleaners who have been trained and had to have hepatitis B injections. The college believes that the majority of it's due to the first years drinking more than their limit, the cream, the elite of our nation's youth, the leaders of tomorrow, if they live that long.
On FM,
on DAB,
and online.